good evening, everybody. Happy Monday to everybody. Hope you all enjoyed your weekend. It was a good weekend as far as the sports we saw. It was fun. And you know what? Saturday was pretty good to me. I did make some money on Saturday. Yesterday, I did not, man. What a rough day. So I had my two biggest MLB bets were Marlins and Rays. Both blew leads and lost. And then, whoa, someone in my ear. Someone in the background here. Modi. Oh, no, he muted himself. We're good. So, anyway, so my two biggest MLB bets yesterday, both blew a lead and lost. And then NBA, I was 1-2, and my biggest bet was the Suns. And I was like, well, this is fine. You know what? If the Suns win, I'll take that. A bad MLB day, but I'll take a few dollars in the NBA. Obviously, we know the Suns choked. And I know I deserve it, honestly. I got a lot of heat for the Suns pick, and deservingly so. So, let's go with, let's start off with some NHL. We got System Plays here. Just 2 games on the board. And if I remember correctly, you took a loss with this one. You took the Panthers to complete the sweep. Am I right with that?
Yeah, I took the Panthers in the last game. But of course,
I'm just
going back to the same.
Never mind. Go ahead. It's good now.
Sorry, what?
Your mic was quiet,
okay.
But it's good now.
Yeah. Okay. So, we took a loss with the Panthers in Game 4. They weren't able to close it out. I don't know if they're going to extend the series today, but I'm just going back to the same bet I always do with Tampa Bay Lightning. We did hit on this last time. For 1.5 minus 130. Absolute wagon. 24-7 last 31 Lightning games. It's 3-1 this series. Could have been 4-0, but we had that offsides call. So yeah, first period over. I mean, I think both teams come out with urgency.
Yo, can you unplug your mic and plug it back in? Because I hear it too. What they're talking about, it sounds like static. Like, could you just unplug it, plug it back in?
I'm just using my laptop to use it.
Yeah, it's coming in. Hold on, let me. Well, it just stopped. What? Nope, it's back again. That's weird. I don't know what it is. Do you have headphones or your cell phone next to it?
Yeah, my phone open.
No, it's like I hear static. Oh,
you can't hear me.
I don't know. I'm gonna mute it so they can't hear it. It's loud as hell. What? It just leave and come back in. Wow, that was loud. You heard that too, Modi, right? I thought I went to the background and muted you because I thought it was coming from you. All right, so he's gonna jump back in. It kept getting louder. I don't hear it yet. Let's bring you back in. All right, we're trying it again. It looks like it's gone. It looks like it's gone. Okay, so you're going with the wagon. The first period over, right?
Yeah. All right. Everything's good now.
I still hear it a little bit, but it's not as bad.
All right. Yeah. No, I won't be on here for that long. There's only 2 games, but yeah, first period over. 24-7 last 31 Lightning
dude, it's
games.
doing it again. We just got. Yo, I can't. It's bad. It picked right back up again. So anyway, I know his picks because I have graphics. It's the Panthers, Lightning, first period over 1.5, which is hit a million times in a row. That's why we keep doing that. And then his pick on the second game, we'll run a poll and all that, is you sent it in. I have a graphic for it. Stars money line. So he's taking the Stars, and let's run a poll. Yeah, I muted it so they can't hear it, but I still hear it. So it's definitely something. I thought you got a mic that you were using last time. It's worked fine. It's worked fine every single time. A lot of times with those mics, sometimes it could be something that you have, like you're wearing a watch that's right next to it, or you have some kind of piece of electronic right next to it. That's what it sounds like. But it's picking this one as the Stars. I'll let the poll go on for a minute or two. But you know what you should do right after this, because we're about to switch over to NBA, is watch it back so you can hear what's going on with that. Well, let's move to NBA. Yeah, I can't even hear you. Later. Wow, that was an experience, Matt. Let's bring. Yo, he's been on like 6 times. That's never happened before. I don't know what that was. And it was fine. Yeah, I don't know what's different right now. That was crazy. Feel like I was about to have a seizure. Okay. So I mean, NBA's not starting for 10 minutes. So Matt, why don't you tell us about about your weekend? Are you talking bets wise or like personal wise? Oh, my bad. I had you. Go ahead. You're unmuted now. So tell them how your weekend went.
Really bad. Thanks for asking again. Really bad. People that follow me know it's one of those things where like on Friday and Saturday it was just hook after hook. Granted, when you're playing lower numbers, like a 2.5 made 3-pointers, there's like a 33% chance you get hooked. But then yesterday was just bad reads. I don't know, the playoffs. I haven't quite gotten it together yet.
Same, man. And I had the best NBA regular season since I started doing this. So like I was coming in and I crushed last year's playoffs. So I was coming into this year's playoffs with a ton of confidence. Now it's still super early. It's the first round. But we still got a month and change to turn it around. I'm experiencing the same thing. Just when Saturday I went 3-1 in the NBA games. And I was like, you know what? We're here. We're arrived. Bam, 1-3 the next day. Just gave it all back. Gave it all back. You know what? I should have bet that. I had the over in Mavs Clippers, and I really like that. I only bet 0.75 units on it. I don't know why I didn't bet it heavier, because I really did like that one. If you listen to the show, I was like really big on that over, and I didn't even bet that much on it for some reason.
Yeah, that's how it goes. I had Luka triple-double on Friday. He finished with 10 rebounds and 9 assists. I also played him over 9.5 assists straight up. And then yesterday he had a triple-double with that's just how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, right. I told Chris 4:00, so still got a few more minutes.
Cool. Yeah, we're good.
So do you want to talk about the 76ers or?
The choke artist of all choke artists.
I mean, Game 4 is a tough pill to swallow, Matt. That was
Game 2 was worse, honestly. Because they should have won Game 2. Game 4, it was just like they just got punked. Yeah,
the second half of that game. I mean, the Knicks
kind of.
In the first half, I had Sixers minus 4.5. And in the first half, I think it went into half and the Knicks were up 1, but I was confident. I was like, oh, we're good. The Sixers are the better team. Was not the case in the second half. And you know the feeling I always get whenever I'm watching any Sixers game, and specifically in this series, I don't know why these teams don't just let Embiid shoot. They're like so insistent. Well, no. Not necessarily 3-pointers, but like that little 15-foot jump shot. He does a little pump fake, and a dude will jump and maul him.
Oh, yeah.
Like, dude, make him make it. Because you look at Embiid's, he'll finish with 38 points. He's like 11 of 29 from the floor. Like, make him shoot. Don't stop sending him to the line. Literally make him make the shots. And when the Knicks started doing that, in the fourth quarter, they started doing a little bit. They stopped jumping on the pump fakes. Like, go ahead, Embiid, shoot it. He started bricking. Now, we know Embiid is more than capable of getting hot and making those shots, but that's what I'm always, whenever I fade the Sixers, that's what I'm screaming at the TV every single time, is just stop jumping at these pump fakes. Make him shoot it and make it. That's what I'm screaming.
Hartenstein, like, he got 5 fouls in the third. He kept putting his hand on his body.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, of course he's gonna.
Yeah, if he's gonna beat you off the dribble and finish at the basket, he's gonna do it, dude. Just like, it's okay.
Yeah.
He
had 20. Yeah.
I was embarrassed. Someone shared a parody thing. It was like Embiid had 7 turnovers in the fourth quarter. And I screenshotted and sent it to my Sixers fan friend and then realized that it was like a joke account. Felt like an idiot. Like, my bad.
That's funny. Am I still muted, or are those comments just old?
They're old. You're good. They
Oh,
can hear you.
Okay.
You're muted for like your first 4 sentences.
Yeah, gotcha. No, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I thought that. I mean, I guess you took the Sixers. I thought that 5.5 point spread was a little crazy. That like I didn't think like even if the game is close, I mean they won by 11 in Game 3, but Embiid put up a 50 burger. Like that's not going to happen game over game. So yeah, I thought that 5.5 point spread was crazy.
Yeah, and it really makes it tough because I feel when Embiid's on the court that Philly's the better team, and I've been saying that over and over again because that's how it appears to me. That the Knicks, although they play great defense, when Embiid's on the court, they struggle. That being said, whether it's coaching, whether it's this team's confidence level, the Knicks believe that they're the better team and that they should win this series, and I don't know if the Sixers even do. Sixers fans certainly don't. They're not even going to the game. It's so crazy to me.
I see. That wouldn't have happened 6 years ago. Like they've been beaten down and stomped on, and like the Knicks. This is like the fun part of the Knicks. The team is relatively new. They haven't disappointed you in the playoffs. Like even last year, Brunson got hurt in the Heat series, right? I know he played, but didn't he get hurt?
I don't know. I don't think he actually missed. Did he miss one game?
I don't think he missed a game, but I think he rolled his ankle, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But it's like you're still in the fun part of the series. They haven't or of the run. They haven't disappointed you yet. And like the Knicks fan, like the Sixers. Part of the reason why they were so many Knicks fans is because most teams won't open up tickets. They'll like only sell it to, I forget exactly how it works, but like people that either have the area code or something like that. Whereas they opened it up and charged a lot more, which all the Knicks fans were like eating that up. Like, yeah, sure. Like we'll take the train down. Like we'll pay money for these games.
Yeah, it's crazy. Because you would think maybe Game 3 they were defeated, but in Game 4 you win that game, and this is a series.
100%.
And they don't even show up. They let the Knicks fill up the arena. I thought I tweeted out. I think people thought I was talking shit. I really didn't mean it like that. I was genuinely like, I've never seen something like this before. So Philadelphia's a proud sports town. Like they love their teams over there.
Yeah, I mean that would never happen in the Phillies, and that would never happen in the Eagles. It's just the Sixers are like, people are so checked out of the Sixers.
Why?
I mean, have you followed Sixers basketball for 6
years? But it's like, there are teams that have it way worse than the Sixers, like that are still showing up for home games.
Yeah, I think it's just because it's just constant disappointment. Like they literally can't even get out of the second round. Whereas, like,
but I mean, there are teams. When's the last time the Kings got out of the second round or even got to the second round? That place is rocking for the Kings.
Yeah, it's because it's new. Like if they have 6 years of disappointment, then people are gonna like. No one went to Kings games when they sucked. You know what I mean?
True.
So it's in the Sixers arena. I mean, it was the best home court the first 2 years. Like when Embiid first made the playoffs, even though they lost in 5 to the Celtics. Like that was an awesome home court. Like the awesome home court in Philly. They just, I mean, their fans are just checked out. Like nobody cares anymore.
Yeah, I think, and I was just talking to Andy about it before he left Andy just left the office. I think, and I put Prop Beaver on the screen because while we're waiting for Chris, we have another 2 minutes. Hey, pal.
Hey, what's up?
So this is my theory, Prop Beaver, and this is what me and Andy were talking about. I think the Sixers fan base has given up on the process era. They're like, this is a failure, and in order to get the fans back into it, they're going to need some kind of rebuild, whether it's trade Embiid for assets and build a young team around Maxey, or I don't know. I'm not a GM, but I think that the fan base is no longer interested in this process. And I don't mean just Joel Embiid. I just mean this whole era of Sixers basketball I think they're done with.
Well, they were told to trust the process, and I feel like Embiid, if he's the process, then yeah, I feel like he's done a lot to get the Sixers to the spot where they are. But, I mean, he does not show up in the big moments. We see that time after time, which is really unfortunate because I think he's a good guy. I think he's a great player. But, I mean, you see the stats in the fourth quarter of these games. I mean, he's not grabbing rebounds. He's not making shots. I mean, you're the MVP, dude. You were the MVP. I mean, you have to be showing up in those moments. So it's sad to see him like that. But at the same time, I'm also sure that injuries are really catching up to him. I don't really think the Nick Nurse thing was the best thing for him because at first they were playing him some heavy minutes. I know that there was a point where they were just strictly blowing teams out and they were able to only play him 3 quarters. But I don't know. I didn't exactly love that. It's just, I don't know. I kind of feel bad because I do like Joel Embiid. I do like Tyrese Maxey. But surrounding them with the cast they have, I just don't think is it. I mean, Tobias Harris stinks out loud, to put it kindly.
Yeah.
All right, Prop Beaver. It's 4 o'clock. I'm going to get you off. I'll see you for baseball. I don't see Chris in the background yet, so it looks like it might be just me and you, Matt. And I'll go first. And this was kind of a simple one for me. This is disgusting. I hate it, but I put a full unit on it. I laid it with Boston. I laid the 10.5 here, and it was phrased perfectly. Like, the reasoning for my bet was phrased perfectly on Skee's show. So Skee, I actually don't remember. Shit, I don't remember what he actually picked. So my bad on that. But someone said in the comments, Spoelstra adjusts Heat plus 10.5. That was like the comments. He brought it up on the screen, and he was like, adjust what? Like, what is he gonna do? And that's really all he said. But when he said that, in my head, I was like, exactly. Like, what is he gonna do? The Celtics are better at every single position except maybe the 5, and even that's kind of close. I mean, Porzingis when he's on is awesome. So yeah. I mean, the talent discrepancy here is nuts. And the only time we just saw the Celtics shoot 29.7% from 3. This is a 3. Let me lay that out for you. We just saw the Celtics shoot 29.7% from 3. This is a 3-point shooting team, and we just saw this 3-point shooting team shoot 29.7% from 3. They still won by 20 points. I can't. I love Spoelstra. I hate the Celtics. It pained me to do it, but I'm going to need 15.5 to even consider it. And even then, I'm still shaking my head. So I laid it with Boston. Worst case scenario, the worst thing that could happen tonight is Boston wins but doesn't cover, which would suck, because if I lose this bet, I want Boston to lose. But I think this is the right side. The talent discrepancy is just too much here. It's just too much of a discrepancy. So I laid it with Boston. That's what I did. And also, I also like some team totals. I didn't bet them, but this is why I put a full unit on it, because I like Boston's team total over, and I like Miami's team total under. So, but rather than place those two bets, I was like, just lay it. But
just take the spread.
I think we see some major. Is that you, Chris?
Chris is in. Yeah, Chris is in here.
What's up, man? I think we see some.
Get from my phone if that's cool.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So yeah, all you missed was me saying I'm taking Boston. We just saw them shoot 29.7% for 3. They still won by 20 points. This Miami offense just ain't it. And Boston's playing some great defense right now. I expect to see some regression. I also like Boston team total over and Miami team total under. So this is the bet I placed. I laid it with Boston.
Like it. Moda, did you go already?
Not yet. I would agree with you on Boston spread. Granted, I thought they would win and cover game 2, and of course they lost. But I would lean towards Boston spread. To kind of go along with your point about the 3-point shooting, I took Jason Tatum over 2.5 made 3-pointers. It's at minus 125 at DraftKings. He's been so bad from deep through the 3 games so far that I just have a hard time. I mean, he's always been a streaky shooter. That's just kind of how he's been. But I have a hard time seeing that continue. And you know he's going to have a game like he did game 7 against Philly where he's going to blow up. Like, that's just what he does in the playoffs. He can be very streaky. But through 3 games, he's been 1 of 8, 2 of 6, and 2 of 7. So he's a combined 5 of 21 in the first 3 games. And he was bad against the Heat last year in the playoffs, but in the regular season, he was good. He made 3 or more in 2 of the 3 games. And we saw this in the Philly series. I know it's a different matchup in a different team, but he was really bad in 3 straight games of the Sixers series last year. And then he won them the game in 4th quarter of game 6. And then game 7, he made 6 3-pointers and he scored 50 points. I think we're going to see a game from Tatum where he shoots 6 of 8 from deep. I think that's ready for him. So I think, hopefully that's here tonight.
This guy said, Chris coming to you live from heaven.
Hey, we read it at the same time, Cal.
That's funny.
That's funny.
You laying it with me, Chris?
Absolutely, guy. First half has been a thing too. So I haven't bet it yet, but I'll take a half unit on both here. I'll play both first half and full game. I gave out first half the other day, Kyle. We know that the Boston Celtics were 30-11 in the first half during the regular season, and just 2-0, 3-0 more since then. So whatever reason they come out and establish themselves early. This was a quote I wanted to mention, Kyle. And then I got one more stat. I'll be quick on this. So Tatum says, everybody knows, this was after game 3, of course, where they took a 2-1 lead. He says, everybody knows how talented we are. Can we be the tougher, hard playing team? When we combine that with our talent level, I think it's going to be hard to beat us. But can we start off every game essentially punching first and not reacting? That's the test for us that we have to get ourselves to every single game. And that's what we see, right? I think we all think that Boston is, probably the best team in the league right now, outside of Cal and his New York Knicks narrative. But, this Boston team is really, really good, man. So are they going to be locked in and focused here yet again? I think so, Kyle. One thing I looked into, and we talked about this, home dogs laying, home dogs getting 9 points or more, being 2-17-1 against the spread all time in the 20 games. Home dogs getting 10 points or more, 0-14 straight up, 1-12 against the spread, 1-12-1 against the spread dating back to 2013. So I'll take Boston laying the points here too.
Yeah. And it's not even it doesn't seem like a sketchy line or anything. I mean, they're laying 10.5 on the road. It just seems like everything's in place here, and I feel like I'm on the right side. Sorry, S. but S. says tisk. Man, S. You said they were going to win game 1 also. I had a Heat money line ticket in that game. All right, let's move on to the second game here. Oklahoma City, New Orleans. And this is another one where I kind of feel the exact same way. My decision was easy on this one. And when I say my decision was easy, and I always reiterate this because people oftentimes confuse when I say my decision was easy or like this one's simple. It doesn't mean like, oh, it's definitely going to hit, it's a lock or anything like that. Just meant my process at arriving at my bet was a simple one. I like how they moved the line towards Oklahoma City. I thought that game 3 line was sketchy. This one looks pretty fair to me. I mean, you got Oklahoma City laying 4.5 on the road. New Orleans is playing great defense. You're laying 4.5 points or 5, depending on your sports book, on the road against a really good defense. It's a challenging line. I know a lot of people are going to look at this and be like, Oklahoma City, easy. But this is tough, laying this a decent-sized number on the road. That being said, New Orleans just doesn't have the offense for me. And I went back and forth between Oklahoma City or New Orleans team total under, which should be around 99.5. Chris, am I right on that? I think it's 99.5.
I saw 100.5 early on FanDuel, Kyle, when I did my show this morning.
If the total's down to 207, it probably dropped.
And you would think it would drop in their direction because, as you were probably about to mention, I mean, they scored 92 points twice in 86. So,
yeah, it's the New Orleans offense without Zion is so predictable. They were able to operate for a while during the season without Ingram because they still had Zion to collapse the defense. And when you have a guy like Zion Williamson that could get to the rim and collapse the defense like that, you can make even mediocre shooters look good. So without Ingram, they were able to get by just fine. Well, not just fine. I'm not going to downplay Brandon Ingram, but they were able to operate fine without him. But without Zion, there's nobody that can get to the rim on this Pelicans team. And this is an Oklahoma City defense that got hot at the right time. They're entering the playoffs red hot defensively, defending the three-point line pretty well, which is big because that's something they struggled with in February. Coming out of the All-Star break, Oklahoma City was struggling to defend the three-point shot. They got hot right before the playoffs. So you got a team that's going to be stuck relying on three-point shooting against a defense that's playing great. I honestly, I truly think Oklahoma City's offense could struggle here. And this bet might look ugly for a lot of the game. But in the end, enough of the sample size, enough possessions, Oklahoma City should win this one by 5+. Even if it's neck and neck the entire game, I still trust this team. If you give them enough possessions, 100 possessions apiece, Oklahoma City is going to be up by more than 5. So it's super square, super public, don't care. That's super square, super public, don't care. Oklahoma City, copied and pasted, said the exact same thing in Game 3.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, their best offensive, C.J. McCollum, and the length of the Thunder is just bothersome. Like, he's been bad this series after a heater to end the year. I have Herb Jones over 1.5 made. So, okay, I originally took Herb Jones over 1.5 made 3-pointers. but it got juiced to high hell. I got it at minus 140, which is already pretty juiced. Now it's best offered at like minus 160. So I pivoted to a half unit on 3+ made threes as well. So it's one thing I do want to be clear. This is a half unit play, the 3+ made 3-pointers. Sorry, but it's all about how the Thunder guard him, which really like is actually saying they don't guard him at all. So game 1, he attempted 8 3-pointers. All 8 of them were considered wide open by NBA.com standards, literally like 6+ feet of space. So I was on his 3-pointers in game 2. He shot 4 of 7. And then I went away from it because it was just square to go back to back. And then game 3, he attempted 6 3-pointers. He only made 1, but all 6 of them were considered wide open. So I just think it's a perfect bounce back spot. Part of the Thunder defense is it's just not guarding him. They saying that's fine. If you want to make open 3-pointers, that's fine. They would rather just put their emphasis towards like Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum and all that. So I think that the same thing's going to happen. And if like you're telling me he's going to shoot 6 or more wide open 3-pointers, then I would guess that he makes 2, which was my official play, or the latter play of 3 as well. In the regular season, he shot 45% on wide open 3-pointers. He made at least 2 in 4 of 6 games against the Pelicans this year. That was 2 of 3 in the regular season, 2 of 3 in the playoffs. So I just thought this was a perfect buy low spot for Herb Jones 3-pointers. Kind of like the same logic as Jason Tatum. But at least Herb Jones was good in game 2.
So after my speech about how Oklahoma City's going to key on the 3-point line, you follow that up by taking a Pelicans 3-point shooter.
Yeah, but they're not going to guard.
That's a real kick in the dick, Modi.
That's just one guy, not the whole team.
It's just one guy. It's just one guy. I like how Helms shares a money emoji in the chat without sharing his pick. Just he puts a money emoji. So what are you betting, dude? Come on, Helms. Chris, I mean, you got to be with me. There's no way.
I am. There's no way to go the opposite side here. I wish I would have took him in game 2 like you did when we were on the show with RC and Skee as well, because you guys got your money back. I know we all played them in game 1 and they let me down. I thought the Pelicans defense could slow down this OKC's offense, and they haven't been able to. CJ McCollum missed that game-winning shot in game 1, and since then, the Pelicans have been outscored 230 to 177. The Oklahoma City defense, 3-point defense specifically, has led them to be a plus 53 in point differential since game 1. And for me, it's what you said, Kyle. It's Dort, his ability to be able to really just take away Brandon Ingram. I mean, he stuck to him like a Siamese twin. I mean, they're literally wearing the same jersey, right? I thought Dort had on a Pelicans jersey the other day because he was so close to Brandon Ingram. Also, the Pelicans just can't shoot the 3. They shot 9 for 32 in game 3, 28% for the series. They're shooting 27% from the 3-point line. And I don't see that really changing here. Also, home dogs in elimination games that were also home dogs in game 3. 11 and 34 straight up, just 18 and 25 against the spread. That's only 41% if you are taking them today. And I shout out to Chad. I think he's in the chat as well here. I think I saw him in the chat as well here, Cal. He actually shared something with me as well. It's the road favorites in elimination games that are laying 4 points or more. They're cashing 65% of the time. So, the higher that line is, the more likely they are not just to win the game, but to cover the spread as well. So what you said at the beginning, Kyle, with this being 4.5 points, somebody on my show said, why isn't this line 7? They're not going to go from -1 to -7 just because they won the game by 20. I think it did move 4 points, and I think that's appropriate. So I'll take OKC. It's actually my favorite play of the day. I already played this one, -4.5 here.
Yeah, I can't disagree with anything that you said. And I like how they moved the line, too. Because yesterday, game 3, when I took Oklahoma City money line at -115, I was a little hesitant. Like, this line's a little weird. They moved the line 4 points. So, look, it's still the super square public side. Don't get it twisted. But definitely no way I could get to the other side. And trust me, I would love to take the Pelicans, good defense at home in game 4, desperation spot. I'm the type of person that would love to take that, but I couldn't find an angle to get there. So I'm on Oklahoma City. Next up, Lakers, Denver. Modi, Lakers money line?
Can't get there. Nugget spread.
Oh.
Although
wow.
Jamal Murray doesn't play, that would change my mind.
He's listed as like a true questionable, I think, right?
Yeah, he looked banged up at the end of game 3.
Yeah.
Or game 4.
Actually, a few players got injured in like the last 48 hours. We've seen a few.
Yeah.
Even Brunson was limping a little bit at the end of game 4. I think he's fine, but
It looked like he banged knees or like a Charlie horse or something. Yeah.
Wouldn't you be limping too, Kyle, if you carried the Knicks on the way he did in game
I do
3?
carry the Knicks emotionally every day. So you like Denver? Do you have a? I saw a prop graphic here. Looks like you have D'Lo under. Oh man, you faded my guy.
Yeah, this might be a little like too square. I mean, just like they fading him after a good game, but it's just such a tough matchup for him. It's like one game horrible, one game good, one game horrible, one game good. The Nuggets just have a really good defense guarding point guard specifically, and he shot 8 of 15 from the field, 4 of 8 from deep. I'm mostly just fading him in that kind of somewhat of an outlier shooting performance because he's historically pretty inefficient as a shooter. That's kind of what the knock on him was. Not necessarily that he's incapable of playing 2 good games in a row, but that I just like the Nuggets defense is really good at guarding the types of points that he scores from. If you look at his like scoring and shooting profile on Courtside Pal, they're not the hardest matchup, but I think they give up the 23rd most points to his scoring profile. And I just think that they're going to, 4 Lakers scored in 20 or more points in game 4. LeBron had 30. That's why I like the Nuggets to cover it, but specifically my prop was the D'Lo under.
He said that the NBA got to stop this game time decision BS. He's actually hurt. We saw him get hurt. This isn't like one of those mysterious ones. We watched it happen. So Chris, I did it.
Of course you did.
And you know what I did. You know what it is too.
You took the points. I know you did.
Took the money line as well. I'm on the Lakers in this one. I got peer pressured a little bit in the Discord. Someone posted a slip. They bet $500 on the Lakers money line, and I got all like jazzed up, and I was like, let's do it. So I was gonna take the Lakers either way, but I probably would have just taken the points if like the Discord didn't fire me up. I don't know. There was like he shared the slip, and it was like a motivational thing, and I was all in. So so I do have the Lakers plus. The Lakers plus 7 is my pick for this, and I bet that, but I also took the Lakers money line. There's really not.
Victory. What's the path to victory here, Kyle?
The path to victory is the same path we've seen in the first 3 games. We've seen the path to victory, but we've seen the Lakers choke it away. I mean, every single one of the Lakers' losses is like some crazy, like, okay, D'Lo 0 for 9. Like, it's crazy, like a crazy anomaly where it's like, how did that even happen? If Murray doesn't play, I do think the Lakers win. For one, the Nuggets offense goes from 4th in efficiency in the regular season back to 17th without Murray. So Jamal Murray, defensively, the Nuggets are still solid without him, but offensively, they're a completely different team without him. Now, who knows if he ends up playing or not? But most of all, the pick on Lakers plus 7 is this Lakers team has covered on the road in Denver more than you think. I know everyone's like 11-0, but actually, I think 2 of the last 4 in Denver, they've actually lost but covered. And game 1, they should have covered. Game 2, 3 of the last 4. Sorry. Let me redo that last sentence. So the Lakers, obviously, we know 1-11 in their last 12 games against Denver. They just snapped that streak. But actually, of their last 4 trips to Denver, they're 3-1 against the spread. Oh, that's dating back to last year's playoffs, not during the regular season. So I'm mixing it up. But regardless, the point is the Lakers have go to Denver and they cover at a decent amount. Not as bad as you think. So getting a big number like 7, I'm sticking with them. Lakers got some confidence back. Need some threes to fall for Russell. Lakers didn't even have a great shooting night. So yeah, I'm on the Lakers. Not crazy about it, but that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'll cheer you on, Kyle, because every time I try to make a bet in this series, it goes the opposite way. Game 1, I took the 7.5 with you, and I lost. Game 2, I said, you know what? Fade the Lakers. They suck anyway. And they almost win the game. Jamal Murray hits a game winner, so I lose my money there. Game 3, I tell the whole world to stay off the Lakers because they can't beat this team, and I stayed off of them. And then Game 4, I said the Lakers are going to lose, and the series will be over, and they take my money again. So I can't keep doing it with this team. This is my team, but the anomaly, Cal, that you mentioned about D'Angelo Russell, and Moda probably agree with me, is whenever he plays Denver. I mean, he can only have 2 good games per century against this team, and he's already had 2 20-point games already. He had 4 threes in game 4, in game 1, in game 2. I'm sorry, he had 7 threes in game 4, I think, or I could be mixing it up, but
it was split. But yeah, you got it right. Just mixed it up.
Right. And then the other games, he just don't show up at all. He might as well just stay, in the locker room or something. But Kyle, you know what? I'm wishing you the best because I hope Bron comes back and the Lakers win the series and all that good stuff. If I had to play the game, I would be taking the points, but that'd be devastating, Kyle. For my Lakers to lose, LeBron, maybe his last game in the Lakers jersey, and I remembered that I got every single pick in this series wrong, I would be devastated. I don't know how I would sleep at night, Kyle. So I'm off the game. I do think, on a serious note, if Jamal Murray doesn't play, as you mentioned, with that offensive efficiency dropping from 4th to 17th, Kyle, I look towards the under. It's already dropped 2 points. I didn't play anything, though, but 218 down to 216.5 makes sense. And even if he's going to be compromised a little bit, you got to go and look at the numbers. Jamal Murray actually not having the greatest series in this game, the greatest series in this specific matchup with the Lakers. His numbers are down. He's shooting less than 40% from the field, which he typically dominates the Lakers. So I think +7 is the right side here, Kyle, but not getting emotionally and financially invested. I'm already going to be emotionally invested. I'll root for you on the sideline and root for your money line bet and hope you cash it.
Well, I'm financially invested. I wouldn't go as far to say I'm emotionally invested in this. It ain't that deep, but
that's my point. You don't want to do both, Kyle. You do not want to do both.
Just got to bet down. That's all. So yeah, I'm on the Lake Show. Real quick before we switch it over to baseball, let's find out what the community's favorite side and total is. So everyone liked the Celtics. Well, not everyone. There were people betting the Heat. In the second game, everyone liked the Thunder. And in the third game, Lakers did win the poll. All right, so go ahead and cast your vote. Let's see what the community's favorite side is. While they're voting, you guys want to tell the fine folks out there where they can find your stuff? Modai, go ahead.
Yeah, you can find everything on my Twitter. You see on the screen here at Jedi Modai. I have a YouTube channel where I will post daily stuff. Getting back in the MLB after this week. Flying for a wedding so I'll be gone this weekend. Then when I come back next week, we'll get back into baseball. Hopefully the dead ball is behind us, better weather. Hopefully we can get some home runs. But yeah, you can find everything I do on Twitter.
Cool. And Chris?
Yeah, you can find all my work over on Twitter and Twitter or X and YouTube as well at ChrisBeCappinn 2 P's 2 N's. You can also find me on Kyle's show. I'm always here. I just pull right up. So appreciate you for sending me the link again here, Kyle. Hopefully we can cash some tickets today, man.
Yeah, yesterday was rough for both of us.
Not that much for me. It was more so you were at a different level than I was, Kyle.
Yeah,
it wasn't that bad.
Right, yesterday was a rough day for me, and when the Knicks, I lost the Sixers bet, but the Knicks won, so I was cool with it. And then I cashed my Mavericks Clippers over with flying colors, and I was like, you know what? Today's gonna be a good day. Like the Knicks won, but I got the money back on that over. I'm feeling good. Suns are gonna win tonight. Like I was in high spirits, and then from that moment on, the rest of the day crushed me. So everyone's favorite side is Thunder -4.5, and let's see what everyone's favorite total is. Now this is tough because we didn't run a poll. You know what? It'll take 2 seconds. Let's just go. I know what to do. So Boston, Miami, over 203.5. Boston, Miami, under 203.5. We'll put them all in there. Then the next game we got OKC, New Orleans, over 207. OKC, New Orleans, under 207. All right, cast your vote. What's the favorite total today, community?
If Murray's out, wouldn't the under be the play in the Nuggets Lakers?
I would like to get a look at, because you would think I would like to get a look at the Nuggets pace with or without Murray on the court, because a lot of times you assume it's the under, and I'm not saying that's the case now. You would assume it's the under when you lose an offensive player, but sometimes the team runs a way faster pace without that player.
Yeah, fair.
But that doesn't make logical sense to me about Jamal Murray. I was just throwing that out there. That's something I would like to see. But knowing Chris, he probably already looked at that before answering.
I didn't know. I did not.
Yeah, I think that's something that doesn't get looked at enough is someone loses an offensive player and you're like, oh, under. Where it's like, well, like LeBron's a perfect example. The Lakers average 100.6 or whatever possessions per game with LeBron. With LeBron out, they average 102.6. So yeah, the offense obviously gets worse without LeBron, but those motherfuckers are sprinting up and down the court. So it was pointing towards an over, at least for most of the season. Boston, Miami,
they just run with D'Lo.
Yeah. Just a faster pace, man. So Boston, Miami over, you guys got 203.5. And now we'll add the last game in now to see if you guys like one of these better. Over 216.5. LAL, Denver, under 216.5. All right, what's our favorite total here, community? Is it the Boston, Miami over that you guys voted for in the last poll, or do you like something in the Lakers game? Even vote so far.
A lot of people in the comments talking about how the NBA is rigged. Why are you watching an NBA live show? If it's rigged, why do you watch?
Those kind of people, it's like, wow.
I think people
Like,
just had a lot of free time.
Like, how do you draw a salary in life with such a small amount of cognitive ability? I not even talking shit. Like, how are you? It's wild. It's truly wild.
I'm with you.
A lot of people that say that are younger, though. And, dude, when I was young, I thought some crazy shit, too. So, a lot of times, it's like, you don't know who's on the other side. It could be someone who's, like, 20. You know, when I was 20, I was fucking crazy. So it's like, I always try to, like, not pass judgment.
Good of you.
That's noble of you, Kyle.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boston, Miami over by a nose. You know what? Real 5-second poll because the Lakers Nuggets over got a lot of votes, and I'm wondering if people don't have the under as an option, if it would actually be close. So this is a quick 10-second vote. 10-second vote. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Someone said the fact that you think only young people think sports is rigged is funny. Well, it's either young people or unintelligent people. Young people get a young people get a pass.
He was trying to be nice.
If you're 35 plus and you think that, good lord, good luck with your 5-digit net worth for the rest of your life. Boston, Miami over 203.5. So everyone's favorite side is Oklahoma City minus 4.5. Everyone's favorite total, Boston, Miami over 203.5. You guys ready to talk some baseball? Let's see if Toasted and Prop Beaver are ready. I only see Prop Beaver.
All right, fellas. Appreciate you having me, okay?
Oh, shit. Let me send. I forgot to send it to FTB. I'll send it to him now.
Whoops.
All right, Moda.
Right. See you guys.
Have a good night.
Yep, have a good night.
All right, let's get Prop Beaver on the screen because he's ready. And I see people jumping in now. There's Toast.
Here comes the sun.
Prop Beaver,
just chill and bull out.
how was your weekend, pal?
How was my weekend? I think it was good. I don't think I did anything of note, to be completely honest with you. But betting wise, it was solid. I mean, Friday was awesome. Saturday was poopy, and Sunday was decent. So there we go.
Good to hear. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, thanks.
Toast, have you overcome your weekend depression?
I did. Had a full unit on the White Sox. Our full unit on the Red Sox last night. That was huge for me.
That was nice.
I had the Cubs.
Yeah, I had a couple nice, huge plays at the end of the night that cleared the skies. I woke up. Then
peeing real quick.
Oh yeah, and then my dad got into town, so I got to hang out and see my dad. That's always good. Then I got to look at today's board, and I'm firing away. So
yeah, it's a solid board.
I'm loving what I'm seeing today. Yeah, can't wait to get into it a little bit. But yeah, that's about it. Always nice to see my dad. So that's always a positive.
Yeah. I wish the Detroit game wasn't in shaky weather territory.
Yeah, I don't really care. I play the over. I'm not really worried about it. These guys stink.
Oh, I was thinking about really. I was thinking about backing Mr. Mats here. I think the Tigers stink against lefties.
Yeah, they do. But
If this was a day game and Mats was coming into town, trust me, I'm backing the Tigers at home against the lefty. At
yeah,
night, though,
I got it at 8. It's 8.5. Mats has been shaky his last two. Tigers have been bad against lefties, but they are 4-0 when they have seen a lefty on the year. So I expect them to put a couple across. Tigers aren't going to have their bullpen or their closer. Yeah, I mean it's a half a unit. I'm not going to pound the door for somebody to tail it, but I do like it.
don't pound the door now.
Can't do that.
This
But-
guy lied. He didn't take a piss. He took a piss out of his asshole. He's lying to us.
Especially if those Cardinals lineup is starting to heat up.
All right. FTB said he's joining in 2 minutes. So let's go ahead and get started.
Okay.
Hold on, let me get my gum out.
Oh, it's your show.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I know.
We run on your time.
Stupid.
Oh, I'm aware. Yankees plus 100. Orioles minus 120. Over 9. Under 9. Okay. Let's run the poll. We are officially off and running. MLB Monday. Prop Beaver, I'm passing you the mic.
Okay, very cool, Kyle. Thank you. I am on the Yankees here. I'll take the plus price with them. They're just rolling right now. I like what I'm seeing. And on top of that, Clarky boy, a guy who I've always said stinks against lefties, back him against righties. He's undergone a shocking revelation this year. He's actually good against lefties this year. The WOBA's 100 points better. The K to BB percentage is 15% better. The WHIP is 50 points better. So he's cruising against lefties right now. Pretty crucial considering the Orioles start 6 lefties, including the first 5 or 6 bats in their order. On top of that, against the current iteration of the Orioles lineup, Schmidt actually has some pretty great numbers. 631 OPS, 211 average, just 1 home run allowed through 86 plate appearances. I know that the Orioles are definitely a scary challenge versus righties overall this season, but before they rocked Blackburn yesterday, it actually looked like they were slowing down. The 5 previous righties to face them, 3.25 ERA, 110 WHIP. I think Schmidt could have a quality start here. On the other side, we got Grayson Rodriguez, and I love Grayson. He looks pretty solid thus far. The ERA is a bit inflated, I think, from the last start, but the command is elite, 21 K to BB percentage. But I have to say, I'm really concerned about the hard hit rate. 10.3 barrel percentage, 50 hard hit percentage to begin the year. Now going to face a Yankees lineup that's currently demolishing righties. 7.89 ERA, 2.4 home runs allowed per 9 from the last 6 righties to face the Yankees. And yeah, he faced the Yankees last year and dealt at home, but that was a Yankees lineup that was bottom 10 against righties. This year, they're second in WRC+, third in ISO, fourth in OBP. I mean, look at who Grayson Rodriguez has faced thus far. The Angels twice, the Twins, the Red Sox, the Pirates. I mean, those have all been pretty mediocre lineups against righties. If he's allowing hard contact to those guys, I'm pretty terrified of the potential here. One thing I must say, though, is that the fact that there is no Verdugo in the lineup, that kind of stings. The guy has been on fire lately. He is on the paternity list, so that stings a bit. But the thing that I do like that makes me back on the Yankees here, both bullpens gassed, but O's used Kimbrel yesterday, who's now day-to-day. He's also struggling right now. Cano's gone his last 3 or 5 days. Colombe's gone his last 3 or 5 days. Those are the 3 best arms in the Orioles' pen. The Yankees still have Holmes and Santana, who are both rested. That's their closer and their setup. Meanwhile, Luke Weaver, who's actually been pretty good as a reliever this year, he's got the day off. He can eat an inning or 2. On top of that, the Yankees' bullpen has already outperformed them. I think everything is coming together for a Yankees bet here. Give me the Yanks.
Yeah, but you can't overlook the fact that we're dealing with. They're on the road with the starting pitching disadvantage. Can't overlook that.
I mean, he literally just detailed why you can't overlook it, but I mean,
No,
I gave a 5-minute explanation. What are you talking
5
about?
minutes
Like,
of
he literally
horseshit.
took like
Five
You're
minutes
not
of
to DM me who say, do you just like make picks out of air? I just gave you a whole explanation.
Yeah.
Fucking
Toast.
clown, bro.
Yeah, I didn't pick a side. I picked said this out last night. Yankees team total over 4 minus 125 for a full unit. Like Beaver said, I love Grayson Rodriguez too, but he's faced some really weak competition, and this Yankees team is absolutely rolling right now. And not to mention, like Beaver said, I was going to have Sauce pull up the Boston bullpen. That Boston bullpen is taxed to the freaking gills. So yeah, if the Yankees can't score 4 or 5 here, I'll be very surprised. Not to mention the fact the weather in Baltimore, almost going to be pushing almost 90 degrees in Baltimore. That ball might be flying out of the ballpark tonight. I think the Yankees put up a whole bunch of numbers, and that's a 4, not 4.5.
Oh, well, I'm just putting the graphic up that Andy gave me.
No, I was just letting people know. That's all.
Someone said,
Classic A-Dog.
Someone says, why is FTB invisible? He's not invisible. Here he is. He was just
He just loaded up.
He was just running a couple minutes late. Promise you he's not invisible. All right.
Oh, and Yankees have hit 4 in their 8 of their last 11, by the way.
And they're goated.
So all you missed is Prop Beaver took the Yankees. Toast took the Yankees team total over.
First of all, what's up, boys? Appreciate you guys having me. It's been a little while. I'm on that same route. I heard Toast talk about the weather. I really like the weather. It's a lefty-friendly ballpark as well. So I did a little SGP. Soto hit. Ryan Mountcastle hit. 1 Grayson Rodriguez walk. That's plus 100 on DraftKings. Just a little SGP. I also took Soto for a double at plus 440. Soto home run at plus 470. I'll dive in a little bit to it. Where is it? So Soto 1+ hit, 16 of his last 20, 7 of his last 8 road games. Hit nearly 1,100 OPS versus righties last 14 days. 4-seam changeup mix from Grayson Rodriguez. That's mainly what Soto's going to see. And Soto's absolutely mashing that pitch mix. 48% fly ball rate, which leads the team over that 7-day span. 33% hard hit rate as well. So he's seeing the ball well, crushes lefties. Toast mentioned the weather, which is another big thing. I do lean the Yankees too. I was kind of debating back and forth. I know they've been putting up a shit ton of runs, and normally you want to fade teams like that. But I think they keep it going versus Grayson. I think his numbers are going to continue to inflate. Mainly like Soto. Also sprinkled Cedric Mullins home run at plus 700. More of the same, crushes the pitch mix. I think he's in a good matchup. So yeah, main play is the SGP, and then just some Juan Soto sprinkles.
Yeah, so this is the SGP he said, by the way. I didn't have the graphic up when he said it, but there it is. So Soto and Mountcastle 1+ hit, Grayson Rodriguez 1+ walk. It's a plus 100. All right, so the poll is all over the Yankees. I honestly think I would lean the other way, but I'm not gonna fade Prop Beaver. I don't want to hurt his feelings. So
The fact that you're fading Schmitty's it's like, who are you?
Smitty's dead to me.
Wow. All right. When you doubt Schmitty the most, that's when he rises the strongest.
There's no data to support that.
Thank you.
When you doubt Schmitty the most, that's when he rises.
His doubted splits are out of this world.
Oh,
One of
yeah?
the best
You were looking at his doubted data?
When doubted, yep, his XFIT below 2.
Yeah, it would be Orioles or pass for me. You got the better starting pitcher at home, and it's basically pick 'em.
Gooba.
Say less. We got Nats on the road in Miami, and you want to talk about a game that pissed me off yesterday. Dude, I had Marlins money line as a full unit, and everyone called me an idiot in the chat for doing it. Everyone's like, you're a moron. Marlins go up 6-0 in the first inning. I wasn't talking shit. It was 7-0 in the first inning. I wasn't talking shit, but I was feeling myself a little bit, and I was gonna wait a few more innings, maybe go back, click some like buttons on some hateful comments. No, they lost 10-7 or 10-9.
Maybe go click the like button.
Dude, that's what I do. When people say something negative and then lose, I don't respond, but I'll just click the like so they see it.
Just bookmarks it.
Oh man, that's awesome.
So you going back to the Nats here, Toast?
Oh hell yeah! I sent this out last night at plus 130. It's at plus 115 now. I will say, can I be a little bit concerned about the Nationals bullpen? Yes, they are taxed to the gills. Finnegan, Harvey have both worked back to back, or 2 of the last 3 days. Finnegan's 3 of the last 4. yeah, 3 of the last 4. Yeah. So it's been pretty bad for them. But the good news is that the Miami bullpen is absolutely trash. And I actually kind of trust Jake Irvin on the road. His last 2 starts on the road at the LA Dodgers and Oakland, 12 total innings, 5 runs, or 5 hits, only 1 run. Doesn't really walk a lot of guys. I mean, I'm not really going to talk very long about why I'm fading the Miami Marlins here. So it's Nationals for me. I bet them last night. Yeah, it's pretty that simple.
Yeah, I mean, I it's safe to say I learned my lesson the hard way. I mean, it was a lesson learned. I lost the full unit on the Marlins, and I think that was that might have been the first time I bet the Marlins all year too. So I won't be doing the Marlins. I guess I'll put a Nationals logo up under my face, but this is just Nationals a pass. I haven't found a bet I liked yet. We're 2 games in.
And just for the record, I only put a half a unit on this. I'm not like in love with this one, but that's just how bad Miami is. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
FTB, did you actually? I saw a Cedric Mullins home run prop in this one for you.
Well,
Yeah, I mentioned that.
Considering he doesn't play,
I can't.
Considering he doesn't play for either of these teams,
Abrams, my bad. Abrams, not Mullins.
No Abrams for me.
You a CJ Abrams guy too, bro?
I saw the
Mullins.
Mullins. I saw the Mullins prop and thought it was Abrams. That's what happened. But anyway, anything in this one, FTB?
Yeah, I'm with Toes, just backing the Nationals in a different way. I took the first 5 team total over 1.5. I don't know if any of you guys can explain this number to me. I don't know. So I'm gonna just take it, fall into the trap, and be prepared for max fucking pain. Numbers 1.5. Nationals numbers versus lefties look average on paper, maybe slightly above average, but they've been able to get to lefty starters. You know, scored 2+ first 5 runs versus 7 of the 9 lefty starters they faced. They scored 3+ first 5 runs and 5 of their last 6 versus lefty starters as well in the first 5. Trevor Rogers on a bump for Miami, allowed 2+ first 5 runs and 4 his 5 starts this year. He's been fairly average this year. Not too bad, not too good, but pretty bad versus righties. Nationals are going to start 6 or 7 righties. His K percentage plummets, average EV allowed plummets, hard hit percentage skyrockets, all of that good stuff. Washington has a bunch of guys that are absolutely hooping right now. I like the top 3, Abrams, Winker, and now healthy Senzel, who's absolutely mashing baseballs. All 3 guys playing really well. Even guys at the bottom of the lineup, Jacob Young, Liscombe, I think that's how you say it, playing extremely well right now, especially versus righties. So especially versus lefties, I'm sorry. So love that. This leading to all that success in the lineup is leading to them having success in the first half of games. Last 10 games in the first 5, the 9th in runs, 9th lowest K percentage, 4th highest walk percentage. They're getting guys on base. I think, they put the ball in play a lot. So I think there's going to be traffic on the bases. And they've been pretty good with runners in score position over the last several games. Top 10 at OPS, WRC plus, and ISO with runners in scoring position. So get them on, bring them home. I think they can get 2 versus Rodgers in the first 5.
CJ Abrams over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, guys. Play it daily. Cash 4 in a row. Just keep on playing.
4 in a row. 4 in a row. So it's over HRR?
Yeah.
Prop Beaver?
I'm passing on this game.
No shame in that.
Yeah, I'm just passing because Jake Irvin, while I do like him and while the Marlins are struggling right now, they have a lot of lefties in the lineup. They have 6 lefties in the lineup. Jake Irvin stunk against lefties. Even this year when he's looked a bit better, even on the road in those 2 games where he's looked good, what has he done? He has like a ridiculous, I think like sub 200 WOBA against righties, but against lefties, he's been getting hit up. And those are the key bats in the Miami lineup. So I don't really want to back that there. And then I think the only reason that you should be sussed out finesse the books, I personally would be, Nationals are hitting the hell out of lefties right now, is that Trevor Rogers has pitched extremely well against the Nationals in the past. Last 6 games, 3-1, 2.73 ERA, and the Nats have been better at hitting lefties for like the past 6 years going now. So that is something. I mean, 556 OPS against the current lineup, but that's only a 27 plate appearance sample size. As you mentioned, FTB, the ranks don't seem to correlate with how they're actually scoring against lefties, because I've been looking at that too. They are putting up way more runs on the board against lefty starters than a team who's sitting like 18th or 15th in WRC plus against lefties. So yeah, that's all I have to say for this one. I'm just going to pass though.
Could play in some hitter-friendly ballparks. A lot of times that'll screw the WRC plus, like a series in Coors, a series in Great American Ballpark.
They were in Oakland and Philly, or Oakland and San Francisco.
All right, just take a shit on what I was just throwing something
No,
out there.
I was looking at the game logs because I was wondering the same thing because CJ Abrams is plus 100 on hits, runs, and RBIs, and he crushes lefties so far this year, but it's a super small sample, and over the course of his career, he's been terrible against lefties. So it's one of those, you're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, the line doesn't make a ton of sense. I get it. All right. We got Cardinals at Tigers. We're looking at a pick 'em. Kenta Maeda, but the game is at night, which Prop Beaver always tries to tell us. We can trust Kenta Maeda at night. Another vampire.
He's a vampire. Do not trust that guy in the day, my lordy.
The question is, do you trust the Tigers' bats against lefties? FTB, you have anything in this one?
I do not. I think this is a candidate to rain out. I may be mistaken. One of these games is a candidate to rain out, but I don't have anything, which is shocking given these two pitches. But yeah, I don't like too much.
This is the game that looks like it would be rained out if there is a game to be rained out today.
Toast? Tigers cards?
Yeah, I'm on the over 8. I understand that it's bad weather, but I'm not really worried about that. I think that if they do play, it's going to be just fine. But if they play over 8 for me, Cardinals, I think their bats are starting to heat up. I understand they scored 2 runs yesterday. They had multiple. I think that they should have scored a little bit more, but it is what it is. But before that, definitely scoring a whole bunch of runs, 7-4, 5-1, 5-0, 5. I mean, they're putting up some runs. And then on top of that, they've really hit Kenta Maeda well. I understand it's been a long time, but some of these guys in the lineup, I do trust guys like Goldie and stuff. I understand that he's been terrible to start the year, but he's also starting to pick it up now. I know it's been tiny, but somebody like that, I do tend to trust overall in the grand scape of things. So I'll take that. I think that the Cardinals can score some runs here. And then Steven Matz, I understand that he's got a really good history against Detroit. Last year he pitched against them. He went 5 innings, gave up 1 run on 5 hits, but he's given up back-to-back bad starts against Arizona and Oakland. And I know that those teams tend to hit lefties better, but at the same time, they're not very good lineups. So I'll take my chances at over 8 here. Tigers aren't going to have their closer. The St. Louis
Foley's
bullpen,
out?
they all went, huh?
Foley's out?
Yeah. He went back-to-back days.
So he's out. Yeah, he's not. He's not playing.
And then on top of that, with the Cardinals, nobody worked yesterday, but they've had a very Halsey, Romero, Kittredge, all those guys have worked 3 of the last 4 days. So it's just been a lot on them. So I don't really trust that. I just don't think they're 100%. So I played over 8.
They also, that guy Liberator, one of their only lefties, threw 38 pitches. So they're going to be limited to righties. Prop Beaver, do you have anything for us here?
No. I was looking at an over outs or an over Ks from Mats, but with the rain, I'm not really trying to deal with the headache of a potential delay. The Tigers against lefties thus far have been heinous, and I feel like the landmark for the occasion that really got me to believe okay, maybe the lineup does think against lefties is Martin Perez throwing 8 innings and getting, I think it was 8 Ks against them. I mean, that's utterly brutal. You can't let that happen. So yeah. And on top of that, they haven't really seen a lefty in a very long time too. And that's a bit concerning for me too. I mean, we're already struggling against lefties. You haven't seen one since the Cold War. 5th. April 5th? Yeah, that's
Holy
24
shit.
days.
3.5 weeks since they've seen one lefty starter.
Yeah, so that's, and you could get, I think you could get the plus money, I think, still for the under 2.5 earned runs.
Matt sucks.
That's the problem. That's why it's just that's what I would suggest. I don't know if I get there. It's plus 100.
That's why I'm playing the over. I understand that they've been bad, but I will say Detroit, again, they've been bad against lefties. They also, in games that lefties started against them, they're 4-0, and they've put up some runs in those games. So not a lot, but enough. Anyway,
if anything, wouldn't an under be the move then?
Yeah, that's exactly what was going through my head. I personally would lean Detroit. And yes, what Prop Beaver just said, they haven't seen a lefty in 3.5 weeks. That's terrifying. But Kenta Maeda, the way he started off this season with all day starts and looking at his numbers, I still think he's going to be undervalued and underpriced. In Detroit, the way the Tigers have been playing, in my opinion, this price should be minus 125 with Maeda on the mound. We're getting an extra 15 cents based on the fact that Maeda started the season off with multiple day starts in a row, and his numbers look a lot worse than we know they should be. We know Maeda's solid. I mean, he's not a Cy Young candidate, but we know Maeda is solid. And home against the Cardinals lineup that I don't trust, I think Maeda pitches well. Do I have a ton of faith in the Tigers' bats to get to Mats? Not really, but Mats is – I don't like Mats at all.
One thing I'll add for you too: the 2 games where the Cardinals just hit up a righty. What was the main issue with the righties that faced them? Command. Hauser was awful in that game with command. Buto was awful in that game with command. I mean, he walked 4 guys in the day start against the A's, but if you look at Maeda's last 3 starts, just 2 walks in those 3 starts. So, like, I don't know. If the Cardinals aren't getting free bases, could they command the runs there? I don't know.
All right, let's move on to the next game, which is Royals Blue Jays in Toronto.
That game reminds me of? It reminds me of Cincinnati, Texas a couple days ago.
When I took the Reds and it won.
And I took the over and it cashed easy.
And I passed.
So I finally have a bet on the watch list. I put Tigers money line on the watch list.
Yeah, we're working. We're going.
We're grinding it out.
Hey now.
So we're in Toronto here.
Okay.
Prop Beaver. Look at these
No,
pictures.
only game I wrote pass on today. Nope. Pass. I barely know anything about Mr. Yerry Rodriguez, and he's facing this lineup for a second straight time. And then Mr. Bolin, I don't even know anything about Mr. Bolin either, so I'm passing.
Usually before I pass you the mic, I look at the starters and I give like an intro to the game, and I looked at the starters and I was like, what do you got? What do you got, Prop Beaver? Tosi, do you have anything here?
No, I tried to text Andy this, but he had already left the office. I played Danny Jansen over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, just because he hits really well at home. But yeah, I don't really have anything on the side or total for this game. But yeah,
What, over 1.5 HRR?
Yeah,
And that's Danny Jansen.
Yep, he's their catcher. So
Okay.
he's
They
been
call him
heating
Young
up.
DJ.
Yep, young
No
DJ
one calls
been
him
heating
that.
up a little bit, and his OPS skyrockets at home.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I'll take my chances.
Do people really
Everybody
call
in
him
the
that?
clubhouse. Young DJ.
No
young
one-
DJ. Every time. Yep, I swear to God. Swear
Oh.
to God.
My bad. I thought you were joking.
No, I am joking. Fuck would they say that?
You just said, all right, never mind. FTP. FTP,
Nah,
what,
don't-
you got what's up
Don't,
here?
yeah, don't put my face up here. I have absolutely zero in this game.
Yeah. I have nothing either because I don't even know who Bolin
I
is.
will say, I just want to say, if anybody wants to bet this game really quickly, Toronto bullpen pretty taxed. Romano, Garcia, their top 2 arms back-to-back days, so they will not have their top 2 arms. So if you're just looking into that stuff.
No. Okay. Can we talk Mets baseball?
I mean, yeah, if you bet it last night.
I didn't bet it last night, but that was a win we needed. As a Mets fan, we needed to stop the bleeding. Things were looking ugly there for a few games. We're back. Momentum's back. Clubhouse is back. We're excited. Home series here against the Cubs. Do you trust Sevy here, Toast?
Yeah, I do. I hope that he doesn't make me eat my words, but I really do trust Sevy. I wanted to play the Mets, kicking myself. I didn't play them last night. Like I said, it was minus. I think I got to go up minus 118 last night or something. They're minus 155 or whatever it is now. I think it's dropped back down to the 145 area. First and foremost, Sunday night baseball fade. I understand it's not much travel and whatnot, but it's not just the travel. It's the media that goes involved with that and the time that you have to deal with. And Jameson Taillon, I just feel like he's been a little bit lucky. He's skated around Miami and Houston, 2 lineups that are kind of dog piss. And now he's going to face this Mets lineup that I'll give you hasn't been playing great, but they have been scoring a decent amount of runs when they have played. Look, it's just one of those things. The Mets have all their guys in their bullpen ready to go. I understand that Sevy just got beat up, but he looked good against Pittsburgh and Kansas City, both at home. And has a pretty decent history against this Cubs team. It wasn't last year. I think it was 2 years ago, but he really shoved against the Cubs, had 10 strikeouts against them. So I do trust Sevy, especially with that rested bullpen behind him. So yeah, it'd be Mets or pass for me, but
Toast.
I didn't lay it because the number's out of control.
Tell me why you're looking at that and why you're not looking at Mets team total over 3.5. It's minus 125. It's not even that bad.
Probably just missed it. To be
Yeah,
dead
let's
honest with
do
you.
that. I'm down to bet that Mets team.
What's
That way we don't even have to sweat Severino, right?
Is there a reason? Yeah,
I
you're
don't know.
right.
I think
No,
this is going to be a low-scoring affair. These offenses both stink.
Prop
Right now.
Beaver, I'll let you know when it's your turn.
Okay, thank you, boss.
So yeah, I like Mets team total over. I don't see any reason not to take it. Let's look at the Cubs bullpen real quick before we bring Proppy up and he can spew his nonsense.
They're good to go. I already know that because they played last night and I looked at it. So whoever pitched last night, Leiter and fucking Alantame, but everybody else is good to go, right?
Yeah, but Leiter blew the game. He's not coming into this game.
I know. That's what I'm. Yeah, that's true.
Prop Beaver, what are your thoughts on my Mets
You
team?
don't see any reason not to take it, as if the Mets offense doesn't look like river piss right now. That is crazy. I don't. Okay, I'll just breeze by that one. Yeah. So like what? I'm a bit shocked there. I think Anyways, so I'm going with Luis Severino over 5.5 Ks. I'm with Toast. I think the Severino bounce back happens here. The Cubs offense hasn't been a bit of a roller coaster to cap lately, I must say. But one thing that has been consistent is that they're striking out at a much higher rate than they were earlier in the season. First 10 to 12 righties to face Chicago went under this total. They were averaging just 4.2 Ks during that span, 13th in K percentage against righties through the first 5 at just 21%. But all of a sudden, the last 8 of 11 righties to face Chicago have went over this total, averaging 6.2. During the span, they're 28th in K percentage against righties through the first 5 at 29%. That's a whole 8% increase. During the same span, Cubs 24th in K percentage and 22nd in whip percentage against Severino's pitch mix from right-handed pitching. And on top of that, Toast mentioned it, Severino faced his Cubs team 2 years ago, 10 Ks in that game through 6 innings. Now, I will say the umpire we drew here, Chad Fairchild, historically he's quite a hitter-friendly ump, but everything that I've seen from his ump scorecards thus far have shown me that the results have been pretty evenly distributed thus far, and I didn't see any signs of concern. Severino just went under 3 straight against the Royals, the Pirates, and the Giants. The former two have been top 10 in K percentage against righties thus far, while the latter was at San Francisco and Sevy missed by just the hook. I think with the Cubs on the road, whiffing and chasing away right now, coming off Sunday Night Baseball, I think this is a good shot to take. This is a good shot to take with Sevy at the plus price here.
I'm down for that.
You just said Mets before.
Who are you talking to? Me? I said Severino.
No,
over
I
Ks.
thought what Toast just said. I'm down for that. Is that I hear that correctly?
I think he was just co-signing my K bet.
Oh, I thought you were talking about his Cubs money line bet. My bad.
No.
I didn't say Cubs money line. I said Severino over Ks.
Oh, I had the wrong graphic up for you then. So Severino over Ks. There you go. That's the right graphic now. Severino over Ks. All right. FTV, do you like anything of this game?
Yeah, a couple things. Tigers cards officially postponed. So there's that. Second thing, I read a comment in the chat. Somebody said Beaver is so weird, man, and that was it. It was just like that. I thought that was funny. Anyways, yeah, this game. So we're gonna go with the sweatiest, most electric bet in the history of baseball. We're gonna go with the Nerfy in this. Yeah, we're going with the Nerfy in this game. It's a little bit of a sneaky one. Everybody's on the White Sox game Nerfy and some late games, but I like this one. So Mets have been absolutely horrendous in the first inning. I'm not going to dive too deep into that. On the surface, Cubs have been pretty good in the first inning. They're hitting for average, getting on base, but they're not pushing guys home a lot in the first inning. So you guys mentioned Sevy. I do think Sevy deals in this game, using that sinker a lot more. He's not as reliant on the strikeout. He's creating more weak contact, which is good. Keep his pitch count down, go deeper into games, and alleviate that hard hit rate that he was suffering from last season. So I like that he's using the sinker more on his side. He's been good in the first inning. Sevy's been good in the first inning. So has Tyone. Both guys are going to face a bunch of lefties in the top of their lineup. Sevy's been great versus lefties. Tyone has not been great versus lefties. But the top of that order is not really doing much. No Marte in the top of the lineup. I think he's in bereavement right now. Yep. Nemo's been cold versus righty. So Nemo's a very important out. Can't walk him. Can't allow him to hit a baseball at the top of the order. So we get him out. I feel good. I think it was minus 125 on Hard Rock. So I like that Nerfy there. And that is the only thing I play. A low total game. You guys mentioned that as well. Low team total. So that all lends well into the Nerfy as well. So like the Nerfy, that's my only bet for this game.
He said minus 125. Helms. I don't know if you got that. Helms asked what's the price on the Nerfy. He said minus 125.
Yep.
Also, I just want to say the Mets, I know their numbers against righties haven't been great over the last couple of weeks, but they've also seen guys like Sonny Gray, Logan Webb, Tyler Glass now, Yamamoto. I mean, just saying.
That's what Prop Beaver's failing to see.
They also did get shut down by Lance Lynn.
I know.
Who was the other scrub that came to town? Miles
I'm not talking
Mikolas.
about that. We're talking about.
Let's go name them. Let's go name the scrubs too. Let's go band for band. Let's name the scrubs too while we're at it.
Okay.
He said
Let's play band for band.
Band for band. All right, so Twins, White Sox here. True or false, Toast? You're a believer in this newly found White Sox offense?
Believer? No. Did I kind of bet on them? Yes. First 5 over 3.5 for me.
Are you saying in this one, or that's what you bet in the last game?
No, I bet it in this game. This one right now. Yeah. So for me, we have Joe Ryan, who I think he's all right. I think he's a strikeout artist, but I think he struggles to really get guys out in certain situations, or I should say high leverage situations. And both of these offenses just saw the opposing pitcher. We saw this matchup just a week ago. And he gave up over 6 innings. He gave up 4 hits and 3 runs. But like I said, he struck out 8 guys. And then Garrett Crochet on the other side, fantastic his first 3 starts, and then the wheels have fallen off like no one's business right now. Over his last 3 starts against Minnesota, Philadelphia, and Cincinnati, 5, 7, and 5 runs allowed. It's just been really, really bad. So yeah, the weather's pretty decent in Guaranteed Rate Field tonight. Ballpark Pal has them at a plus 14% runs, or home runs, plus 10% runs. Yeah, I don't understand why this number's 3.5. If it's a trap, so be it. I'll take my chances. But yeah, first 5 over 3.5.
You always say if you get whenever you get that first 5 over 3.5, take it.
Yep.
FDB, anything you like in this
87%
one?
87% right now this year.
Yeah, I like a couple things. So we're gonna go. I mean, 80% of my actions on Big Willie Castro. I like.
Oh my God,
really
dude!
like
I just
him.
posted him too.
Oh yeah, I like.
I did his hits, runs, and RBIs.
Yeah, so did I. There you go. So the first leg is first play is going to be a little 2-leg parlay plus 120 on ESPN Bet. Is Willie Castro hit and Minnesota plus a half a run in the first 5. So Castro hit. I mean, yeah, Big Willie.
Willie Castro 1 plus hit.
Yeah, and Twins plus a half a run in the first 5. That's
Can I
plus
ask you one
120.
question really quick, FTB? Is Willie Castro the hottest hitter in Major League Baseball right now?
Yeah, he fucking might be. I mean, look at his numbers versus righties. He's been amazing. He's been absolutely amazing. Still batting in the bottom of that lineup, so Correa back. But yeah, so that's the first part. I also took Castro hits, runs, RBIs, like Toe said, for half a unit. I got a laundry list of Castro bets. I took his 2+ hits at plus 340. I took his double at plus 500, and I took his home run at plus 680. So obviously love Willie Castro. He's going to destroy the pitch mix that he sees. Not only is he extremely hot, I just had it in front of me, but the Minnesota lineup, like who the fuck are these guys? Holy shit. First couple of weeks, they were probably the worst lineup in baseball. Now they're getting a little bit healthier, and they found their stride. No fucking problem. So just face Crochet, like you mentioned, Sauce, a couple of days back. Ripped his ass up. I see no reason they don't do it again, or at least get to him in some shape or form. Guys in front of Willie are, serviceable. Jose Miranda swinging a hot bat. Carlos Santana is also extremely fucking hot. I don't know where that came from, but even guys behind him, Jeffers is top of the lineup, but he's kind of behind him. Vasquez has been okay in his playing time, so I think he could drive in runs. I think guys are hot enough to drive him in. And yeah, everything you look at, his average EV, hard hit rate, fly ball rate, how he performs versus the pitch mix is just amazing. He's great versus lefties as well. So heavy on him. Again, the 2+ hits, double, home run, just little sprinkles. The main plays are Castro hit, Minnesota plus a half a run in the first 5, and Castro hits, runs, RBIs.
All right. So Willie Castro in several different ways. Willie Castro ladder, if you want to call it. Prop Beaver, before you get started, quick question. Is this a factor? And this comes from a comment. Do you think this is a factor in the bet here? It's bring your dog to the park day. Take the White Sox at plus 140.
Oh, shit.
Toast is dead ass serious. Oh, no.
That changes everything.
Do you think that affects your handicap here? You're muted.
I mean, when they're literally telling you to bring your dog to the park, it's kind of hard not to take the Sox at the big plus price. But no, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I hate capping these games that are back-to-back matchups for the pitchers. So yeah. I'm out. I support my brothers in arms here. I like both their bets, but I don't know. I'm good off this one.
I mean, I I think I want to take the White Sox here. Joe Ryan overvalued. Twins can't hit. Actually, Toast was just talking.
Bring a dog to the dog park day.
Bring a dog to the
All
park.
these factors.
You got
You're gonna pick-
White
you're gonna
Sox
pick your
bullpen.
heart.
You're gonna have Kopech and all of them. You're gonna have Kopech, Leisure, Brebbia, all those guys available.
Goaty did give them a lot of time off yesterday.
He did.
Eric Goaty. I mean, what a man.
Let's do it.
So
You guys are
this
gonna
is-
pick your
if I
hard-earned
put this
dollars
one
on the Chicago White Sox. That's fucking crazy, bro.
dude, have you? I mean,
They've been
one
cashing,
of the
though.
hottest teams in baseball the last couple
They've
days.
been
I can't-
cashing
I
the White.
can't
Did
do
they
it.
just
Yeah,
sweep?
but is that only because they face the worst team in baseball? The
I'm
real
just
worst
telling
team in
you,
baseball?
I was actually going to make this point earlier too when I was talking about this. Baseball is a mental game, and I don't think for 1 second that the Twins are good, but it's amazing what happens when you play the Chicago White Sox for 4 games and you put up 7, 6, 6, and 6. You start playing a little bit better baseball. I'm just saying, like baseball's a weird sport.
So maybe are we gonna catch the Rays at an all-time low in terms of mental state? They're like, wow,
Possibly.
we just lost to the Rays. We lost to the White Sox and we got swept.
Fucking
I mean,
swept.
this is rock bottom.
This
Maybe
is
we are ass.
You know what? I'm going to bring Prop Beaver up first. Our resident Tampa Bay Rays hater.
It's been free this year. I mean, this team's truly pitiful.
So Brewers blind.
Yeah, it's Brewers or pass. I mean, I don't love that I'm backing a public play with Bryce Wilson on the mound. I
insane.
don't think that provides much value here, but yeah, wow, the Rays are just so bad. I mean, I read off the numbers near daily. They're bottom 5 in every single category against righties through the first 5 innings. So while Bryce Wilson does suck, so did Chris Flexen, so did Jonathan Cannon. They both won the games. So, I mean,
Exactly.
there's that. Rays bullpen, modern day atrocity, while the Brewers will have Piamps, McGill, and Milner all rested here.
McGill.
I do like Pepio. I think he's great, but the Brewers bats do look like they've wakened back up against righties. I mean, the last 6 to face them, 6.10 ERA, 2.3 home runs per 9, 1.55 whip. It's public, but if you're betting this game, how do you not bet the Brewers, who caught a rough break with the Yankees bats heating up here? That's my thought process.
Yep, bet him last night.
Well, to be honest, I didn't listen to you. You told me not to bet the Rays yesterday. I took them. They blew a lead, lost the game to the White Sox, or not to the White Sox. They lost the game to the White Sox. My bad. It was the White Sox. So I took them in that third day, and I didn't listen to you.
And
So
for the record, they had a lead for literally 2 outs.
no, they had a lead. They were up 2-1.
No, go ahead and take a look at the box score. Go ahead.
It was longer than that.
No, it wasn't. They scored in the top of the 4th, and the White Sox scored with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th.
I don't think that's accurate. Okay.
I think it is accurate.
All right. Prop Beaver, tell me why we wouldn't go here then.
I agree with that. I didn't bet it, but I agree
because
with that.
I don't trust Pepio, to be completely honest with you.
Oh,
Yeah. Because
You
we've
trust?
seen
Wait, hold
blow-up-
on.
I'm with you. I'm with you, dude. I don't
Hold on.
see it.
Let
We've
me
seen
respond.
blow-up from him this year, and I'm a bit scared about that.
Do you trust that the Brewers bats numbers in the last 14 days? Brewers bats are falling off. So we got to
But
raise
they're
line.
rising back up again. That's the problem.
Come
They're
on.
hitting again. What they are? What do
They
you want me
had-
to just ignore them? They're hitting again.
I was just looking at it in the last 7 days. It was some pretty pitiful numbers.
I mean, against lefties, they've been absolutely pitiful. They've hit a rash of those, but 4 runs off of Stroman, 5 runs off of Gill, 4 runs off of Mitch Keller, 5 runs off of Mikolas. I mean, that's in their last 6 games. I mean, the only 2 they didn't hit were Sonny Gray and Jared Jones, who look like elite arms right now. So
In the last 7 days, are they 26th in WRC plus?
I don't know. I don't make the rules.
7 days in baseball, to be dead
You
honest.
think-
In the
You
last
think I give a root-
in the last 14 days, they're 21st.
Okay.
You think I give a root and 2? No, I don't.
Well, and
Is
those
that
same
guy-
I like
runs-
the under.
here.
I'm betting this under, man, because Prop
I
Beaver's
agree
even
with
getting
the
real
under.
reasons. He's just like, all right, so
What do you mean? Oh, dude, you're fucking something else.
So they
I'm
got
giving
to
you
a
real
couple.
reasons.
I think this is what you're getting caught doing. They got to a couple starters. They're not getting to bullpen, so the under should still be good, even with this trash Tampa. I'm taking the under.
Yep, trust the Rays bullpen. Very good. You should keep trusting the Rays. This is a very profitable strategy. I think you should continue to do that.
All right. FTB. First of all, what are your thoughts on my under?
Yeah, I don't mind it in a Rays game. I'm never too mad at the under in a Rays game.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, I flirted with this nerfy as well. I'm scared on the Milwaukee side. Tampa's been horrible at beginning games. Rosarena is one of the coldest bats in baseball. Yandy's been slightly inconsistent. So yeah, I flirted with it. I didn't get to it because of the Pepio side as well. Beaver talked about it a little bit. I like the Brewers. They've been inconsistent with their bats, but I like them. I think the offense can pop off at any second. We seen Wilson Contreras hit a first inning home run the other day. Reese Hoskins is heating up. He's cashed me a couple tickets, so that would be my lean. The Nerfy in this game, if it's not too juiced, I wouldn't lay more than like -120 on it. But that's it for me.
Cool. Let's bring up Toast. By the way, I just want to say that if I was to bet this game, I would bet the side. I am going to bet this under. But if I was to take a side here, I would agree with these guys that I would take Milwaukee. So I'm not disagreeing with Prop Beaver. I'm disagreeing with the fact that he thinks the Brewers' bats are back because they got to a couple starters. Toast.
Yeah, I can't really add what Beaver said, pretty much everything I wanted to say. But yeah, I'm on the Brewers. I feel like they got a little bit unlucky to face the Yankees, who are just absolutely rolling right now. And the times that they, like Beaver just said, when they face righties, they're scoring. Stroman, again, they win that game, or they lost that game, but they scored 5 runs against Keller, against Gill, against Jones, obviously, and Gray. They weren't bad, but Beaver said it all. So yeah, it's the Brewers for me. I can't really add anything.
Someone said FTB is a Prop Beaver hater. Dude, that's how I met
Yeah,
FTB.
what the fuck?
That's how I met FTB.
That is crazy.
I
Me and
love
FTB
Beaver.
are boys. That's crazy.
I love Beavs. What the fuck?
What? I don't understand why they think that, because they had different plays.
That's how I met FTB, was through Prop Beaver. That's
Yeah.
how I know him.
Casuals in the comments coming crazy.
I mean,
I don't think the people in the comments realize that it just can get real, things can get crazy here.
I don't even think me and FTB conflicted on a point.
No, I know.
on a
I'm just
pick
saying
today
that
yet,
some
though.
people, like, I get so many messages where people be like, "Man, Kyle really must not like you," or "Man, I don't know how you let
No,
Kyle
people
talk
think
to
me
you
and
like
Kyle
that."
hate each other, but we do hate each other. When we lock in for this hour, I do hate Kyle, and then we're fine.
Yo, somebody said I love Pringles too. Like, what? I'm just a fat fuck who hates fucking Beavers. Crazy, bro. Holy shit.
all right.
No, keep out of pocket.
We got Christopher Sanchez making a road start here. How have the Angels been against lefties, Toast? I can pull it up. I feel like we haven't seen the Angels against many lefties. Am I wrong in that?
They have one of the smallest sample sizes in the MLB.
Thank you. I was just about to say it's the sample size, 143 bats for the Angels. It's just so tiny.
Wow.
Compare that to 809 against right-handed batters. So that's where it's at. Like, it's really hard to get there. I'm on the Phillies team total over. I'm going to continue to keep betting this until they don't hit this 2 games in a row. Beaver can talk to you about a little bit more because his write-up is 10 times better than mine. So I'll let
Prop
Beaver
Beaver's
talk.
on the same bet?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me
I can't believe my stupid ass conspiracy
I
theorist
can't-
ass mind didn't let me bet the Phillies team total through the first 5 yesterday. That was the freest money I've ever seen. The books are sick in the head for pricing Michael.
They
Caine
scored
like that.
5, didn't they? You needed 2.5?
It was
Yeah,
it was
I cashed
they,
my
they
full
had
game team
2.5
total.
at plus 160 after cashing that in 8 straight. I mean, what are we doing here? Are we sleeping at the wheel? I don't get it. Go right back to Phillies team total over 4.5. They're just killing righties right now, and they're killing righties on like a Dodgers-esque level. We're talking here. I mean, this offense has now cashed his number in 8 straight against starting right-handed pitchers, averaging 7.3 runs per game. The last 8 righties to face the Phillies have combined for a 9.44 ERA, 2.6 home run per 9, and 1.93 whip. So not only are they allowing a ton of power to these guys, but they're allowing a ton of base runners as well. Second WRC plus, first in ISO, second in OBP against righties during that span. Now they're going to face off against Canning, who I think he was a bit unlucky to start. He's looked a bit better lately, but overall, I mean, 7.50 ERA, 2 home runs per 9, 10% barrel rate, still not good. He's allowed 3+ runs through the first 5 and 4 or 5 starts thus far. His earned runs line at 3.5. Behind him, you got an Angels bullpen that's 29th in ERA, 27th in FIP, and 26th in xFIP. I just think until the Phillies show signs of cooling down, this shouldn't be offered at an affordable price.
Just to give some credence to what Prop Beaver just said. Hold on one sec. I'll make this a little bit bigger so you guys can see what he's talking about when he's saying. Sorry. All right, so right here, Phillies bats. Last 7 days, 5th in WRC plus, 4th in OPS. Versus righties, last 7 days, 5th in WRC plus, 3rd in OPS. And then last 14 days, 4th, 2nd, 3rd. Last 14 days against righties, 3rd, 2nd. So the Phillies bats, we were making fun of them against right-handed pitching about a month ago.
Exactly.
They have caught fire. So, yeah, it would only be, let's bet the Phillies in some way. I might just tail you guys on the team total over, honestly.
And I was just going to say really quickly, Beaver, just to add, the guys that they're seeing are pretty decent. Michael King, Dylan Cease. I mean, Musgrove's been bad this year. Hunter Green. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, they've been seeing some pretty decent competition as well.
Yeah, I think at first it was like, is this legit? Because they were facing like the Nestrinis and the Feltners of the world.
Yes.
But after they started hitting the last 4 pitchers, it's like, okay, this is legit. Let's buy in.
The lineup's hot.
Alec
FTB?
Bohm might be the hottest hitter on the planet too.
No Diddy.
Yeah, that's a perfect segue. I have a little cross sport parlay. So I bet Alec Bohm hits, runs, RBIs. Paired it with my Celtics money line because you know what it is. We spanking them cheeks again tonight. But yeah, Bohm, one of the hottest hitter, like Toe said, one of the hottest hitters in baseball.
Wait, that was Bohm to get a hit?
No, hits, runs, RBIs. So over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. It's minus 160 by itself. So you pair it with Celtics money line, and it's minus 108 on DraftKings. His swing metrics are absolutely fucking incredible. He's destroying the pitch mix he's going to see. He's destroying righties. Kind of top middle of that hot ass fucking lineup right now. So, like I said, with I think it was like Soto, Willie, one of those guys, but I think he can drive guys in. I think there's going to be opportunities for that. I think guys can drive him in. I also bet Bohm double at plus 350 on Bet Rivers. His swing metrics, like I said, are just absurd. Every ball he hits seems like it's crushed over 90 miles an hour. He's finding the gaps and yeah, he's just hot as fuck right now. So until he cools off, I'm gonna find a way to play him every single time. And then I wanted to back Philly as well. I like the team total. The money line seems kind of weird, right? It's Philly has the starting pitching edge, in my opinion, the lineup edge. Obviously, the bullpen has been slightly better, especially at limiting power. This Angels bullpen is allowing a lot of power, which is obviously crucial in close games. The money line is only like minus 140, minus 145. I thought it would be a lot more juice than that. So if it's a trap, so be it. I'm going to find a way to play the Phillies. Like these boys said, they're way too hot right now. I think they have, edges in every single aspect of the game. So, I was looking for something to pair their money line with. I'm still looking. So, but I'll be on the Phillies one way or another. So, Bohm, hits, runs, RBI, Celtics money line, and then find a way to play Phillies and Bohm double at plus.
I just wanted to say to the Bohm double. I've never played that, but I do know that Bohm's had a double in 4 of his last 5 games. So yeah.
Something to take in note of here. Our poll, 88% to 8% Phillies.
Yeah, so that's what I'm scared of right there.
There is nobody betting the Angels.
I honestly,
here.
And I'm dead serious when I say this, I think the Phillies get up early, and I wouldn't be surprised if that Phillies bullpen gave up some runs here tonight because Alvarado went last night. He's going to be – I just don't trust him anyway right now. And then you have Hoffman going back-to-back nights. I mean, if anybody can blow a lead for the public, it's going to be Gregory Soto and Jose Alvarado.
Also, I'm pretty big on Sanchez, but I was also really, really big on the Angels lineup against lefties coming into this year. We have an incredibly small sample size with them, but I think they're going to be really good against lefties with guys like Hoppy at the back of that lineup and Drury. So I don't know, just that too. So I could see that being a reason why that line's a little bit cheaper with them being so hot right now.
Yeah.
So if I could real quick, another funky ass line, right? Philly run line in the first 5 is plus 100, which seems crazy to me, right? The pitching edge, the lineup edge. So I think I might take that. I think the first 5 money line is like minus 130, minus 135. Kind of coincides with what Toast was saying about the bullpen, but all these lines seem funky as hell. It seems
first half money line's up to minus 145 right now, minus 150.
Okay. So it's getting steam, which like Saw says, everybody's on the Phillies, but I mean the run line at plus 100 seems very fucking funky to me. But I might fall into that trap as well.
Yeah, and it's not that I'm saying, everyone's on the Phillies, you shouldn't bet them. It's just a little concerning to know that everybody that's betting baseball tonight is betting the Phillies. The Phillies money line is in every single parlay, and it's just a little makes you a little nervous knowing that the sports books would clean the public out if the Phillies lost tonight.
If the Phillies go, I can assure you, if the Phillies go up, and if you're giving me the Angels at plus 600-700 tonight, I'm probably going to take them live if they're only down by 2 or 3 runs.
Yeah. So, all right, I put FTB up for this scorcher of a game. Pirates at Oakland. I got you batting lead off for this one. So before you get started, the running joke here on this show is Prop Beaver keeps cashing walk props against Joe Boyle. So, actually, Prop Beaver, do you have one today?
No, so the thing that's kind of like tripping me out here with Mr. Boyle, his walks prop was actually juiced under today. at 2.5. Last time we bet it, it was at minus 190 for the over. There's some books that have it juiced minus 125 to the under, and Pittsburgh's one of the teams that draws walks at one of the highest rates in the league. I mean, personally, what am I going to do? I'm still going to play all the lefties to get a walk their first plate appearance because that's what I do. But
live,
I mean,
right? Live, right?
Live, yeah. But I could see this being a spot. Like, I'm still trying to find out what the qualifications are for the system to where I'm going to give it out to people and like make this an actual recommended bet. But like, I think that what I think the system will be is when it's 2.5 walks over minus 150 odds. That is when we look to play those first plate appearance walks. But today, I'll just try it out because I don't know what the hell the books are doing here. I like Brian Reynolds' first plate appearance walk. I like Sawinski first plate appearance walk. And I like Talaz's first plate appearance walk. Cruz is allergic to drawing walks at night for some weird reason. So, yeah.
I got to say, I don't understand the line. Why is Pittsburgh favored here on the road in Oakland?
Because Bailey Goater just keeps pitching well for some reason.
I mean, I know the Pirates started off hot.
Oakland's coming home from a 12-game East Coast road trip. And no
okay, that's a solid answer, Toast. FTB, did you have anything for this one?
Kinda not. First of all, yeah, shout out to B. I saw you hit some. I think it was like a plus 600 or some shit, like a live.
Everybody
first.
hit it.
Wells.
He gave it out on the show. Like everybody. It was
we
the
were-
walk
yeah,
herd
that.
around the world. Everyone hit.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was amazing. Shout out to you. I love when people find kind of new markets like that and are the first ones on it. So shout out to you. Keep doing that shit.
Thank you.
So I don't have anything super official in this game. I have a little parlay. It's a half nerfy lay. So these are offered on DraftKings and BetMGM. You're taking an individual team not to score in the first inning, rather than the whole first inning, not for there not to be a run. So it's White Sox, A's, and Padres. White Sox, A's, and Padres, all three teams not to score in the first inning is plus 125 on BetMGM. Pretty self-explanatory. Maybe the Padres aren't. I trusted Nick Lodolo. The guys at the top of this order just do not hit lefties. They're pretty cold right now, including Tatis. Cronenworth's at the top right now. Kim is not hitting lefties at all. So, yeah, at plus money, I like this little 3 legs. We've been making money on these, so little half nerfy parlay.
So he's not betting the nerfy in those 3 games. He's betting the nerfy for those 3 teams. Those 3 teams to have 0 runs after the first inning. That's what he means by that, for those of you that have never heard of that. So Prop Beaver said he's just betting some walk props. Toast, you said you don't want to fade Falter here and you don't like the spot for Oakland. Does that mean you're playing Pittsburgh?
I did not say I want to not fade Falter. I don't know where
You
that
said
came
Falter's
from.
been dealing.
No, I did not.
Oh, Prop Beaver said that? My bad.
So
I said he's been goading.
He's been goading.
So, yeah, I don't know what that means.
Me neither.
I don't trust Bailey Falter in any way, shape, or form. So I will be taking the Oakland team total over 3.5 at minus 120 here. I understand they're coming home from a long road trip, but these are a bunch of 20-year-old kids that just got done beating the Yankees and taking 2 or 3 from Baltimore. Obviously their better split is against left-handed pitching. There's no question about that. I understand that. Like I said, I understand that they're coming home from a long road trip, but at the same time, it's just one of those things where I'm really not worried about it. I'm going to continue to bet on these Oakland bats to keep on rolling. Again, it's not a huge play for me. It's 0.6 units, but I don't trust what Bailey Falter's done against Milwaukee, the New York Mets, and Philly. I understand he's been very, very good, and if he continues to pitch this way, so be it. But sooner or later, that boy's going to be like a ticking time bomb, and it's all going to go to hell. So I'll take my chances with Oakland.
I kind of want to be on Oakland too, and I'll put Oakland money line up, but I'm not adding this to the watch list. I don't like how they're coming home from the road. I'm more than happy to fade Bailey Falter, making a road start favored. More than happy to do it. I'm a little worried about the coming home from the road trip, and what you said about they beat up on the Yankees, and I kind of think this sounds like a flat spot coming home from a road trip to play the Pirates.
We'll see.
I don't think so. I put Oakland up, so I'm not saying like I'm fading you.
Oh yeah, you're good.
I don't think I actually placed.
Not
the
to
bet,
mention,
though.
I forgot to mention the fact that lovely Pittsburgh Pirates bullpen.
It's beautiful.
Please come out to play. Come out to play, boys.
Pittsburgh Pirates bullpen. Good lord.
I can't believe they're that bad. They were supposed to be one of the best units in baseball
No, they weren't.
coming into this year.
Come on out.
According
Any
to
one
you,
of
maybe.
I'll take
If you
any
know
one of
ball, you would have known they were.
And just for the record, none of them worked yesterday. They're all rested and ready to go. But they've all worked like a lot the last week, like 3-4 days each. So I don't think any of them are 100%. Not to mention they're terrible. Let's talk about this game.
Hold on before you even get started. Mariners versus lefty at night.
I'll let Beaver go first. I sent this out last night at plus 130, but I'll let Beaver go because he does a better write-up than I do.
I mean, we not only so for those of you that are unfamiliar with prop Beaver splits that we've cast on. I made fun of him for them. We've cast on these. The Mariners at night become a good lineup. They're scared of the sun. So they can't hit during the day. Yeah. But not only wasn't the split even more in depth when it comes to lefties, right?
Lefties at night.
Yes.
Give it to him, Beaver.
All right, I'll give it to the people. We're back in the Mariners here, people. They've been great to us lately. They've been great to us lately. I see no reason to stop backing them here. We got Fried coming off the best start of the season at home against Miami. 9 innings, shutout, 3 hits. I mean, God, he looked good. In fact, he's excelled both times he's seen Miami. Got to buy in on him, right? Well, that team's 29th in WRC plus against lefties this season. What about the other 3 teams he faced? Oh, well, 10 innings, 11.7 ERA, 2.7 whip, a 0 K to BB percentage. We're catching Seattle at night here. We're going back to last season. They're 5th in WRC plus, 5th in OBP, compared to 27th WRC plus and 27th at OPB during the day. Now, it's worth noting, Houston, Arizona, and Philly, those are top 10 offenses against lefties, while the Mariners are bottom 10 thus far. But even if Fried is 1/2 as ineffective as he was in those 3 games, that opens a door for a Seattle W here because Bryce Miller's a stud, and I think he could deal here. Sure, he didn't look great in his last start against a Texas lineup that probably gave him PTSD from killing him last year, but his 3 previous starts, the guy threw 19.1 innings of 1 earned run baseball, going 6+ innings each time. Take out Sixto Sanchez's meme of a spot start, and the last 8 righties to face the Braves have combined for a 2.89 ERA and a 1.15 whip. Amongst those righties, we got Ben Lively, a struggling Bybee, Lorenzen, France, Hunter Brown, Arrighetti. I mean, with the exception of Eovaldi, I could confidently say that Bryce Miller is the best arm of this bunch, and on top of that, he's at home where he's been much better. When we get to the bullpens, not only does Seattle have the slight overall edge, but Iglesias, the closer for the Braves, went back-to-back nights, and Minter, their main setup man, would have to pitch his 3rd game in 4 days here. The co-closers for the Mariners, Munoz and Stanek, both well-rested heading into this one. And the underrated reliever, Tyson Miller, who's been a revelation thus far, he's also well-rested. So I think that if Bryce can give us 6 innings of great baseball, which I know he's capable of, we're in an excellent spot here. When I was writing this up, I lost 10 cents in 25 minutes consensusly. Feel like that tells me all I need to know about what the books feel here. Give me the Mariners. Trident's up.
My turn now.
Hold on, but based on and there was a couple people saying the Mariners can't hit. Just to give you an idea. So hold on.
Yeah, Mariners can't hit.
Let me pull up the Mariners here. So Mariners in the last 14 days against right-handed pitching, 2nd at WRC plus, 4th in OPS.
Well, this is a lefty.
Lefty.
Oh, whoops. Well, this is overall though. This is the Mariners bats.
They're not hitting lefties well. I'm not gonna lie.
But at night they do.
Yes.
But this is the Mariners bats overall right here in the last 14 days. 5th in WRC plus, 7th in OPS. So they've been a top 10 lineup for a couple weeks now. And yeah. So anyway. So you like Seattle, but here's my thoughts, and I'll bring Toast up. I'm with everything Prop Beaver said. Well, almost everything. Why not go here? Wait, here with it, Toast. I don't understand why you wouldn't go right here at this low number. We like the Mariners bats to get to Fried. I'm with that. But then Bryce Miller, he's good to give up 2 or 3. It's the Braves. Is that 7? Probably a super square over, but I don't see how.
Is it square? I don't know.
How is that 7 square with Bryce Miller?
I mean,
both these dudes are studs. I mean, going back to last year, Bryce Miller's a stud. Max Fried has always been a stud. Besides this year.
Yeah.
Well, I like the over then.
I don't hate it, but yeah, like I said, I sent out Seattle last night at plus 130. First of all, we all know I hate the Braves, but this has nothing to do with that. This is a dog shit spot for the Atlanta Braves. Atlanta Braves have played 3 extra inning games in their last 4. Now they're going to get on a plane and travel their longest travel spot of the year all the way across the country to play Seattle. I mean, Beaver touched on everything else. I mean, Bryce Miller's an absolute stud. We got an edge in the bullpen. Yeah, it's all about Seattle right now. Oh, and not to mention, is the Braves even good? I mean, who have they played? Miami, Texas, Houston, Miami again, the White Sox, Arizona. Is one of those teams 500? Maybe?
They also played the Astros in that mix. They've been really good lately.
Yeah, I thought it said Houston, yeah. But yeah, either way, are they even playing good teams? No, I don't know. Are the Braves good? I don't know.
FTB.
Damn, we got a little disrespectful at the end of that shit. Holy shit.
Yo, I'm just saying, last year I was telling all the Braves fans you weren't going to win the World Series. Come play with me. Ain't nobody came out to play.
God.
Yeah, I'm on the other side. I like the Braves. I mean, these boys made scintillating arguments. But yeah, I like the Braves. I think Miller's due some negative regression. XFIP nearing 5, fly ball rate, especially versus lefties. I know Atlanta's not going to start a bunch of lefties, but especially versus lefties, fly ball rate, hard hit rate through the roof. So he's been amazing. Don't get me wrong, he's been amazing, but I think the numbers are due for some regression to both sides of the plate. We're looking at BABIPs, around 100, which is incredibly unsustainable. So I think this is a team that can kind of bring him a little bit back down to earth, not rock his ass, for 6-7 runs, but just bring him a little bit back down to earth. I think it's going to be a sweaty game, a low scoring game as the total indicates, but I like Atlanta. Everything's a slightly too juice for me. The money line is -150, -155. First 5 money line is like -140. So may take Atlanta first 5 run line, kind of avoid that bullpen that these boys are talking about. It is a tough spot. I like that Toast brought that up. I like to hear different sides of the argument and shit like that, but I like the Braves. I really do. I also think Matt Olson hits one 586.5 feet. It's been an absolute fortnight since he's hit a home run. But Bryce's numbers versus lefties, I mean, lefties are barreling him up, scorching baseballs off of him. So again, a little bit unlucky. Lefties are getting versus him. Surface level numbers are extremely good versus lefties. But like I said, I think he's due for some regression, especially versus lefties. So I'm going to play Matt Olson home run. I think there's some value in that. And I'm going to play Atlanta. I like Atlanta. I haven't dug as deep as I like into these late games, but I like Atlanta. So on the other side of these boys.
Yeah, I couldn't 100% get there with them with Seattle as well. I expect the Braves to get to Bryce Miller. That's why I think I'm safe on my over. But obviously, with the total at 7, it's pretty clear the odds makers are expecting a low-scoring game. But I'm hoping the total set at 7, just as the overall consensus is that Seattle can't hit. And we know that in certain spots, Seattle can hit. So I am going to play it. I added that to my list. I think I'm going to bet that over. Next up, Dodgers Snakes. Prop Beaver. You're not going to.
You already know what I'm doing.
I actually have no idea what you're doing.
Fading that absolute bum, James Paxton. Give me the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Stop. Tommy Henry's pitching.
He's Yep, he's not even messing with his own system. It's a shame.
What are you even talking about? You guys don't even know this system. It's Ryan Nelson who we fade at home. You guys have confused us now 2 weeks in a row.
It's Tommy Henry on the mound against the Dodgers.
What about it? He's a lefty. The Dodgers stink against lefties. I don't care.
That 8-0 against lefties.
Very cool. Very cool. They're not 8-0 against lefties, by the way. They have losses against lefties.
8-3.
Yeah, because they're beating up on the bullpens late. I mean, on top of that, they've had some pretty good starting pitching. So, yeah, they're going to win some games against lefties, but that's where they're more vulnerable. And on top of that, this guy, James Paxton, he fucking sucks. So I'm going with the D-backs first.
Though, did you?
No. Diamondbacks first 5, team total over 2.5.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's where I was confused. I'm sorry. That's where I was confused.
Well, the guy wouldn't shut his fucking mouth. I'm trying to get my pick. Won't shut his mouth. I'm trying to talk here, for God's sakes. Am I in love with backing an offense in the first game from a 10-game road trip? Absolutely not. But Paxton has been asking for a shelling. This dude stinks. 2.61 ERA, 2.08 OBA. Congratulations, Paxton. You got a 6.22 xFIP. You got a 50% hard hit rate. Your K to BB percentage is -7%. It is a blessing that you have a 2.61 ERA and an 89 left on base percentage. A true blessing. He's only allowed 3+ runs once in his 4 starts thus far. And in just 8 of 23 starts heading back to 2023, yet his earned runs line is at 3.5 here. Seems the books agree that Paxton's Cinderella run may be over, and I certainly hope so, because he's facing the Arizona Diamondbacks. They're first in WRC+, fourth in ISO, first in OBP against lefties. They've scored 3+ runs through the first 5 in 9 of 13 opportunities against starting left-handed pitching, averaging 5.2 runs. I think we've seen the D-backs offense really struggle against righties lately, but a lefty is just what the doctor ordered, especially one like Paxton. So give me that first 5 team total on the D-backs here. I would also probably take the D-backs money line too.
Something I want to bring to your attention, Prop Beaver. You know what? I'd like to bring it up on the screen so everyone can see. Dodgers versus lefties. Last 7 days, 6th, 5th, 6th. Last 14 days, 13th, 11th, 12th.
Last 7 days? We're doing last 7 days with lefty sample sizes.
Last 14 days. But hold on. Starting game logs against the Dodgers. Kikuchi, they had 9 hits off him, 4 earned runs. Before that, 7 hits off Mackenzie Gore.
How many runs did they score?
Just one.
How many runs did they score off Corbin? How many runs did they score off Manaya? 1, 0, 2. And then 2, 0, 2.
The last
They've been having 2 or less runs by the last 6 or 8 lefties that have faced them. What is scary about
the last 2 lefties they've seen, they had 16 hits off of.
Wow.
Dodgers, the only way I'd go here. I want to see. I not putting this on the list or anything. I want to hear what Toast has to say first.
You know what it is. Dodgers minus 1.5. I don't play Dodgers money line. That's ridiculous. Dodgers minus 1.5 for me. First and foremost, we're getting the Dodgers first time playing Arizona after getting swept in the playoffs. Maybe yesterday they were just looking ahead to this one. I'm not trying to make a case that James Paxton doesn't get hit up. I fully believe that Beaver will cash that ticket very easily. I also think that the Dodgers are probably going to put up 6 to 10 runs tonight. So I'll just take my chances. Arizona's coming home from a long road trip. The Dodgers are in the middle of a long road trip. Yeah, I'll take my chances with the Dodgers minus 1.5, and I'm pretty comfortable with it.
Let's send it over to FTB. Before you even start, would you go? You don't. There's no credence to what Prop Beaver is saying, right?
I forgot to talk about the bullpens, but go ahead. Go ahead, FTB.
Now you go ahead, Toast. Finish up your point.
I was just gonna say, Ginkel and Mantiply, two of the top 3 arms in the Arizona bullpen, went 2 of the last 3 nights. Everybody in the Dodgers bullpen was rested, ready to go.
Someone asked if there's a subscription that you can pay for that spreadsheet. Well, actually, I just finished this, so we're gonna share this in the Discord, but it's not available yet. Actually, next week, probably this weekend, but it'll be whatever. My bad. I shouldn't have stopped the show to answer that. FTB.
Yeah, just PayPal Beaver directly, and you'll get access to the to the
you send Beaver a $1,500 Venmo, make it out to cash.
Yep. Boom. There you go. I mean, my problem with this game is that I like too much. I like Blaze leading off of them, which I think is very interesting. Leading off for the D-backs, which I think is interesting. I like his runs RBI, something like that. Wow. I think there's plenty of offense to go around in this game. Obviously indicative by the total. You guys mentioned James Paxton. I think, that 2.61 ERA, I think that's going to come crashing the fuck down. It's just so much that I like. So it's one of the late games. I got some time. Christian Walker, I like him. I was looking at his double, his home run. I think he's going to send a ball into fucking orbit tonight. I was looking at Shohei as well. It's going to be very hard for me not to bet the Dodgers. But I think that's tough with James Paxton on the bump. So I'm going to narrow it down. I don't want to give like leans and just shit that I'm liking to the people. So I really like Blaze leading off. Once I saw that lineup coming out, I don't even know what the hits runs RBI odds is, but I'm going to look at that. I'm going to look at some hitters in this game. I lean Dodgers as well, but that's it for me.
Okay. One more game remaining, and the community liked. Wait for the results on that. 58% Dodgers. The community liked the Dodgers. No one liked Prop Beaver's whack ass Arizona team.
Blaze Alexander.
Exactly why that shit will cash for these.
1.5 at 155. I don't know why they wouldn't.
Ooh.
Just because you bet the Dodgers doesn't mean the Beavers bet doesn't cash. Like, I might even bet that as well.
I think it does mean that. Next up, Toast, you got Reds Padres in a pick'em here.
Yeah. I'm on the Padres. I haven't bet them in a while here, but I am on the Padres here tonight. Everything that I'm seeing, it's like 75% of the money in bets on the Reds with Lodolo on the mound. I get all of that. Padres just got embarrassed by Philadelphia, but Philadelphia's owned that team, and Philadelphia is smoking hot right now. Matt Waldron, I will say that he hasn't looked good in his 2 starts at home, but he also has 3 really good starts on the road against the Dodgers, the Rockies, whatever, San Francisco, whatever. They're 1-4 in his starts. I don't know. It feels like the Padres can get to Lodolo a little bit. They saw him a couple years ago. They got 3 runs off of him. I think that he's a little bit vulnerable. I do like Nick Lodolo a lot, but yeah, this is kind of like a fate of the public for me. I saw every bets and money on stuff on the Reds. Padres have everybody to go in their bullpen rested and ready to go. And like I've said over and over again, I'm just really not in love with this Reds offense right now. I understand that they can put up 8 and 7 runs in a game, but when they don't put up 8 and 7, they put up 0 or 1. So that's my issue here. So if the Padres and Waldron get blown up, so be it. We'll know early. But if they don't, the Padres are going to have a pretty big advantage in the back half of this game, and I'll take my chances.
I mean, obviously, I like it. We're pulling over 72% Reds. Everyone seems to be taking Cincinnati here.
I wasn't even on the Padres until I saw all of that.
Well, here's where I'm a little hesitant to tell you. I just tried this. I thought it was a great spot for the Padres the other night against the Phillies. Remember that? I thought I was super sharp taking the Padres at minus 115 against a lefty. I thought it was perfect. So I don't know if I can put my money down on the Padres. I feel like the Padres are going to have to show me something before I actually. But I like it. It's like a really sharp spot to play the Padres. I like it. I'm putting it up for me, but I don't think I actually tail you on it.
All good.
Let's see what the prop Beaver has to say about our super sharp Padres picks.
I just don't love where the Waldron lines are at, or else I'd be a bit more in on it. Like the earned run line is at 2.5. It's juiced to minus 140 to the over. This is a guy who's now gone under his last 6 or 8 games. Don't really understand that. Reds have done nothing to influence somebody to take a over on the earned runs there, so that's a bit weird. Hits allowed, same thing, super high at 5.5. So I don't really understand that. You would think a guy with a knuckleball and the Reds who just swing at everything, you'd think that his K over would be at, I don't know, a number that he hasn't hit his last 6 and 9 games, but it is, and it's pretty affordable too, minus 115. So yeah, I don't know. Personally, I'm just gonna pass. So those are my thoughts on this game.
I think it's really hard. I'm a bookmaker. I would assume it's kind of, maybe if you agree or disagree, Beaver, but like with those two, how differently it is with him being at home and on the road. Like I'm sure that's a little bit hard for them to price that.
He has stunk at home. Like,
you know what I mean?
Even go back to last year, he stunk at home.
So
yeah.
I get that in a way. So yeah.
Let's see if FTB has a look he wants to share here.
Not really. I kind of hate this game. I truly believe in Nick Lodolo. I think he can deal again here. I mentioned earlier with the half Nerfile that this lineup really isn't hitting lefties well, especially the top of this lineup, kind of setting things up for the rest of the order. I don't trust them versus lefties, so it makes me kind of not like any offense in this game, really. So I'm going to stay away from this game. I'll use this time if I can to give the people a little lotto action, right? I want to get the people to source too. 43-1 on FanDuel. Juan Soto double, Alec Bohm double, Big Willie Castro 2+ total bases. So 3 guys to do their thing, do what they paid to do, and that's 43-1 on FanDuel. So I really, really like that. If that hits, whenever Source wants to have me back on the show, I'll give away some money on the show. Just like the video and comment something random. Comment, Beaver stinks or something like that. Just comment something random, like the video, and I'll give away money if it hits next time I'm on.
Cool. Let's see. Poll is all over the Reds, as we know. Everyone betting Cincinnati, and that's his Twitter right there. We're about to run the community parlay. All right. Let's start it. So we got Yankees money line, Nationals money line, Blue Jays money line. Cubs or Mets? They like the Mets. The Mets is definitely the public side of that one. So, all right. Community voting on the first leg of the community parlay. And FTB kind of just told you where you can find his stuff. But is there anything else you want to mention while they're voting?
No, that's it. Appreciate you guys having me again. Yeah, I love the show. Love this crew. So, yeah, have fun.
Yeah, and just send me a DM because it's a lot of times like when you DM me this week, you're like, hey, any openings this week, and I'll get you on. A lot of times, I'm just busy and I'm just not thinking.
100%.
Yeah, so just when you send me a DM at the beginning of the week, be like, I'm open Thursday and Friday. Let me know and I'll get you on.
Cool.
All right.
Prop Beaver is the Pringles logo. What's up with that? Is that like an inside joke?
I don't know what the Pringles logo is. So.
It's my mustache.
I don't know either, bro. To be honest,
they think they could get to me. They can't. They're sad. It's truly sad.
You guys think you can get to him? You can't.
Trying to break you mentally.
They try. They try. It's a sad look.
They think they can get to me. They can't.
He wanted to show everybody he's got his first road rash. He's very tough.
Look at him.
Is that the one that's suspended from school?
Nope, he's upstairs doing homework. You're about ready to pick up some dog poop.
I was joking. I know that child is not at school.
I know.
I was gonna say that'd be crazy.
That's the one that got suspended for fighting? All right. Community parlay. Are you in the kitchen cooking one up, Prop Beaver?
Yeah. Well, community parlay, or you're talking about the underdog?
Your underdog pick'em. That's your segment now. People look forward to it.
Yeah, I'm making one.
How dirty is the apron?
At this point, it has been washed in years.
Years, he said.
Yep.
Rays, Brewers. Oh, they definitely like the Brewers in that one. So did these guys. Phillies. Oh, they definitely like the Phillies in that one. That was insane. Pirates, Athletics. I think they like the Pirates. All right. What's the second leg of the community parlay, ladies and gents?
Braves money line.
Braves money line is not an option here, but I'm sure they will pick that one when we get to it.
Oh, what are we on?
It's
yeah, I see it.
Braves will be in the next poll. It looks like it's going to be Phillies, which makes sense because 88. It was that poll, Phillies versus Angels, was 88 to 8%. So everyone's betting the Phillies. So yep, it's going to be Yankees money line, Phillies money line. All right. Next leg number 3 of the community parlay is going to be Braves, Dodgers. They like the Dodgers. Reds, Padres. Oh, they like the Reds. And Cardinals, Tigers got postponed. All right, so it's just between these 3. All right. Cast your votes.
Who's got the balls to play a Javi Baez over total bases today? Batting
Yeah, no fucking thank you.
600 off of Matt's. Couple doubles.
Goodness.
Well, it's postponed, so.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Duh. Learn
Well, I'm just looking at whoever has the most hits against pitchers today. Goldschmidt, Benintendi, Gurriel. So he might be a decent one in that Dodger game.
Toast, what'd you say about the Phillies pen? Are they taxed?
No, they're just pissed.
They're pissed. Alvarado went yesterday. Hoffman went back-to-back days. So, yeah. There's
what about LA?
Dodgers?
No. Angels.
They're good to go. They're just terrible.
What's up, pal?
Who did you refer to as River Piss before? I've never heard River Piss.
I don't know. I gotta think now.
River Piss. I gotta find that after. All right, so third leg is Dodgers. Now the second place finishers were a lot of people voted Braves, so we'll give Braves another shot. A lot of people voted Twins, so we'll give Twins another shot. And a lot of people voted Nats, actually. So the Nationals money line gets another shot. So Braves, Twins, Nationals. What's the last leg of this community parlay?
What I was saying, FTV, about the Phillies bullpen is that there's a few. They haven't been very good at all. But my thing is that there's a couple lefties in there. The Angels hit lefties better, so I can see if there's a bullpen that blows a super public lead, it's going to be Alvarado and Soto against them. Go ahead.
I like to interject real quick. Kyle, you said, when am I going to win Underdog? I won one yesterday, bitch. Oh!
Why didn't you clip it and tweet it out?
Because honestly, I forgot until somebody just commented it.
Oh my God. You're disgraceful.
What?
Yo, so someone said in the comments, Prop Beaver ruined my streak of no nut April.
Jesus Christ. I mean, guys, I appreciate that.
I mean, the range of comments for Prop Beaver is just unbelievable.
I can't. That's sick, man. The fourth leg is Braves money line.
All right. That's crazy.
And Trent just tweeted he's on Reds money line. So there you go. Catch those.
Thank you.
Okay,
Padres
beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. You said Reds, right?
Yeah, Reds money line.
Oh yeah, because he's best friends with Odolo.
Could someone shout the odds in the comments, please?
It is plus 883.
Ooh, the community's been frisky recently. It was like plus
I know.
1,600 yesterday. All right, so the community parlay: Yankees money line, Phillies money line, Dodgers money line, Braves money line, plus 883. So that's the community parlay for today. Now let's let Prop Beaver go for 2 in a row. I apologize that you actually hit one. Here I am poking fun of you, making jokes, and you're on a bit of a heater. So Prop Beaver going for 2 pick'ems in a row. Let me bring today's graphic up. All right, you have the floor.
Yeah, so I'm going higher on the case for Luis Severino. Until the Cubs start showing some plate discipline again, I feel like we just have to keep taking 5.5s with them. Well, at least with righties against them. I took Max Frauds lower in 34.5 fantasy points. I just feel like we got the Mariners at night. We got Fried, who has only pitched well against the Marlins. Literally the worst lineup against lefties. I think we're going to catch some nice value selling high off that gem he just pitched last time out. And then I put Bryce Wilson under 4.5 hits allowed. Why? Because the Rays are awful. And he doesn't really go that far into games. So there's that working for us. So that's what I did there.
If you don't have an Underdog fantasy account, it's available in any state highlighted in this map. So if you're in one of the states highlighted in yellow here, head over to the website Underdog Fantasy or download the app. When you make your account, make sure you use the promo code BET, B-E-T. That'll get you a $100 deposit bonus match. So you deposit $100, they will give you a free $100 to play with. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Back at the same time tomorrow with you, Capper. Ronald is coming out from the dark. You, Capper, coming out from the darkness. He's been hiding, avoiding the spotlight for days now. He's
what happened with my man RC, bro? What happened?
Oh, he's been avoiding the smoke.
Yeah, he's been dodging the smoke.
He's been dodging it. So tomorrow he'll be on. ChrisBeCappinn's coming on. How about this? I'll let you know because I can't remember off the top of my head. But same time tomorrow, everyone have a good one. I'm posting my MLB bets on the website, KyleKirms.com right now. Yeah, bet responsibly tonight, guys. Let's have a good one. Later.
Have a good night, guys.